Hey, people, first of all, I just want to say shouts out to Living Podcariously. You are watching Living Podcariously. This is Kevin Hart, a.k.a. Dorian Gayle, doing Kevin Hart, because Eagles, we won 1, 2, 3, Eagles! We fly high!
You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
And welcome to another episode of Living Podcariously.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to pose for pictures real quick.
Oh, we're posing pictures.
So while we're posing for this picture, we are recording live down at the Salty Fox down in Melbourne. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Salty Fox.
Yes, so we're recording live. So occasionally we take our podcast on the road to our sponsors' places. What did I? That's the right name of the restaurant. What did I say?
No, I said Salty Box. It's Sour Kitten, actually.
Tack, it's going to be one of those nights, I think.
I know. What was that? 4 Girls, 1 mic? We had that last time. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that was the one when Chi-Chi and Jordan came on the show.
Yeah.
With Veronica. Yeah, that was nuts. All right, so anyway, we were recording live at the Salty Fox tonight. We already recorded an episode of The Twisted 10, so now we're on to Living Podcariously. Before we get too much into the show, Veronica just brought us an unbelievable spread of food to include something that Josh has been waiting to try for months and months and months. So, Veronica, can you lead us through what exactly we've got out here? By the way, Veronica is one of the owners. She's here with Sam, as well as one of the bartenders. But
I said we should go around. We should do introductions, Adam.
Yes,
the food will be all right.
There's food in front of me. I got excited. All right, so I'm Adam. I'm one of your main hosts of the show. Sitting on my left tonight,
Tach, and Andrea Joy is not here tonight.
No, she's off. She's look, baby's got her feeling a little nauseous and a little tired. Look, she's having some hard times. Sitting over there on the other side of the table,
Mr. Wilson. What up, everybody?
Mr. Wilson. And we are surrounded by a myriad of beautiful women. Yes. So let's go through and introduce who our guests are on the show tonight.
My name is Marisha. I am one of the bartenders here.
Hi, Marisha.
Tack, calm down, buddy.
Okay, all right. And Veronica's hammer here too. Whatever. Moving on. No.
And Veronica, one of the owners, she's in giggles right now
because he wants to.
What, he wants to spit on the floor? I don't understand what.
Stop it.
Tack says keep going.
Getting real red.
I know. It's all good. That's all good because
it's all good because food.
Let's talk about the food, Veronica.
And Sam's over here too. Holler hi, Sam.
Hello.
There we go.
That is
finally on the show.
That's how she hollers. Yeah, that was a good holler.
All right, so Veronica, please go through and tell us exactly what we're looking at on the table because this stuff looks fantastic.
All right, we're going to go starting over here. This is the ramen noodles on crack.
And what's the crack?
It's crack.
Oh, it's literally.
Oh, perfect.
We tried to get it from Marisha, but she wouldn't tell us.
No, it's crack.
So
I'll
good.
have to get an Uber
that was
afterwards.
A test, Marisha, by the way. It's a test. Good job. You passed.
This is the Jabacon Me Crazy Panini.
Oh, okay.
It's our #1 seller. This is one I told you have to eat.
Yes.
Jabacon Me. So what's it got in it?
It's got mango habanero jelly with some chicken, some bacon, some cheese.
Oh, God, I'm starving.
Delicious. And then over here we have candied jalapenos. They are fresh cut jalapenos that we de-seed. We boil in water and sugar to create a reduction, and it's served with Ritz crackers and cream cheese. Sweet with a little bit of heat.
Go check out the Facebook page too for pictures of this stuff.
Exactly.
And then what's the last one?
And then next we have buffalo chicken dip, which is buffalo shredded chicken, cream cheese, ranch, more buffalo sauce. It's served with vegetables and chips.
That's awesome.
That sounds pretty vegan.
It's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. This
Sounds
is a
so
new
good.
menu item too, and it's so good.
That sounds so fucking
My
good.
absolute favorite thing that I've ever eaten here was the cucumber boats for sure.
Yeah.
Followed up, well, it's kind of a tie, but it's a different type of meal. Is the Funky Monkey, the
I was
dessert?
gonna say the Funky Monkey.
Yeah, the Funky Monkey is a fantastic dessert.
The
It
Funky
was-
Monkey is like first day of your period, trying to like function through life. That's
Exactly what I thought.
Yes, that's
Tax-
what you eat when
tax-
shit's going down.
Tack can relate, yeah.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely. I'll vouch for that.
Well, cool. All right, so what's the address for Salty Fox?
602 West O'Galley Boulevard, Melbourne, Florida 32935.
So it's in what's called the O'Galley Arts District, or EGAD. EGADS. It's the Salty Fox. You've heard it on some of our commercials. They do a bike crawl once a week to different. Are you guys still doing it?
It kind of died out because it was raining so much. So now our Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays. We do 2 tacos and a Bud Light for $5.
We need to get you guys a new commercial.
Way to go, Adam.
So we should repackage a commercial for
Sure,
you.
we need to do that.
Yeah.
Do you still do the bottomless mimosas brunch?
Yes.
nice
$10?
plug tag.
Yeah,
$10?
you can now get bottomless
Thank you.
mimosas with anal beads in them.
What's this now?
What?
What'd you say?
Hang on a
Are you
second.
serious?
Anal beads.
Why? Why?
Gently,
Marisha, please explain.
Josh and Tack, they're gently used anal beads, so it's
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They are mango flavored tapioca balls, like those things that you get when you're at Froyo.
Oh, like boba.
Yeah,
Boba.
boba.
Boba, that's right.
So we will add that to champagne. Essentially, what it is a Bellini, but it's also bottomless as well. It's so delicious.
Time out.
Yes.
Time out.
Bottomless Bellinis.
Yes. For
I am
$15.
100% gonna hand off my man card.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'm all about it.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm all
Listen,
about it.
people, it's 11 to 2. People get so lit here on Sundays. It is amazing.
Got a
I
line of
have such a
taxis
good time with
outside.
it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
This food is getting cold, by the way.
Right, yeah,
Yes,
we got
go.
it.
Well, no, dig in.
All right, so we have another thing too. We have a couple people hanging out with us here. We got Jay Alvarez,
Jay
old
Alvarez.
host.
Yep.
So he came out to hang out and support.
And Lorraine.
And Lorraine, yep, and Lorraine came out. And then we also have one of our listeners, one of our Brent Allen Salon and Spa winners.
Yep.
I forget what he won, but Derek Squeeze. He's out here with his wife.
Derek won a $30 or $50 gift card to Brent Allen. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's out here with his wife, and then
But
We also have a
I bring
comedian
him
come
up because he also came out to try the ramen.
oh yeah, that's right.
So he also has a bowl of it, and he is waiting on me so that I can try it. And he's gonna come over here and tell us.
It's probably cold now. He's gonna be so mad at y'all.
Josh needs to dig into his.
All right,
Has he
I'm
tried his?
Here.
No, let's try it.
You want to bring him over to try?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys try it together?
Okay, I'm going to try something here.
Yeah, go dig in.
I've already tried this already, though, and it's fantastic.
All right, so for our listeners, so we take our show on the road occasionally. You've heard us out at Village Idiot Pub before. This week is going to be out here at the Salty Fox. We also recorded our Twisted 10 episode of this here at the Salty Fox. So if you are into both of our podcasts, go check out the Twisted 10 as well. It's a very, very interesting special list just for Josh this week. He's off mic right now. They're going to try. All right, we'll do play-by-play for you guys.
God dang it, I love seeing you eat.
I'm
Josh-
trying to cut this up.
We'll do play-by-play for you guys while you're sampling your ramen noodles on crack, and let's see.
I already have that. That's okay. No, it's fine.
You already had yours.
So I called Derek over, and Derek did not wait for me. So
What a dick.
we took too long.
yeah, you're right. We did take too long. But so, Candid, what did you think of the crack ramen?
Probably the best ramen noodles I've ever tasted.
Nice.
I've made ramen noodles 100 times and never got that flavor from a bowl of noodles.
So
Nice.
if you had to take a guess, what is the crack in the ramen on crack?
Lots of intense flavors. Maybe some garlic, like egg, maybe some, like a little soy sauce. I don't know.
It's actual crack.
It's crack.
Yeah,
It is
it's
actual crack cocaine, yeah.
Surprise.
Well, cool. So
we have a
thanks
new
for coming
hobby
out,
now.
Derek.
Called
I'll be back tomorrow for some
Yeah,
more
Derek,
crack.
thank you so much, by the way, for coming out. That's awesome for you to show up, support our sponsors, obviously, and support our show. I wish we had a T-shirt I could sell you. We don't have those yet, though. We're still getting them.
But
He
that's
did.
a dope ass shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Derek did buy a Salty Fox shirt while he was here.
Nice.
Nice.
I gotta rep the ramen noodles on crack. It says it on the back.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Cool. Yeah. Thanks again, Derek. Thanks for coming out and again supporting everybody.
By the way, in this show, you're also going to hear from Dorian Gayle. He's a local stand-up comedian in Brevard County. He's going to come on and do some of maybe a little bit of just conversations and maybe a little bit of his bit with us in a few minutes. But all right, so we got this. I absolutely want to hear stories. Josh, why don't you start tearing into some of your food, buddy?
All right, I'm gonna do this.
I just tried the
Eat the food.
You're baking me
It's
crazy?
getting cold.
you're making me crazy, Adam. You gotta try it.
I will.
Yeah.
What I want to do, I want to eat while I want to hear a story from Marisha.
Marisha has a story.
Apparently, what's that?
What is this?
Those are the anal beads.
Those are anal beads.
Just for you.
Aren't
Let's get a
they
picture.
pretty?
Let me get a picture here. Put your drink
All right,
down
so we're
or
gonna-
something.
Tack is taking a picture of us doing
Make
our
it look
drinks
nice.
with
So
anal beads.
pretty.
Yeah, the show is kind of
Oh my
off the
God.
rails tonight, listeners. So, do you want me to like wipe off the front of it so it gets rid of the condensation? No. Okay. Try that. Try that.
What is
Careful,
this?
don't get too drunk. Marisha, he's a lightweight, so he's a cheap date.
That's okay. I don't drink at all. So
Yeah, I
You don't
don't
drink
just,
at all?
I'm just a really good salesman.
I don't.
Nice.
I haven't been drunk in probably 6 years, maybe.
Yeah, you know.
I don't care about drinking.
But he's
No,
been
it's
high.
not.
No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no, I'm recently an avid weed smoker.
Yeah.
I have very, very.
High fives around the house.
Thank you. What my other job besides this one is very physically demanding, and smoking and taking a bath is probably one of my most favorite things to do.
That's the same thing Tack
I
loves to
have
do.
some really
love
hot
to take
photos
baths.
of that. If you want to see
Say it.
them.
I do want to. Yeah.
No, I
if you
don't believe
Oh
it.
yeah.
I don't believe you. You were
I
gonna
don't believe you.
No, I mean
That's
I'm pretty
yeah.
I'm pretty open on my my Instagram as well. So if you feel
so sober, it's insane.
oh watch me put on
Watch me now.
Bad Girl Riri, and I'll break it down.
Josh got that.
Oh boy.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know how to get down.
So
Super fun.
So Marisha, part of the atmosphere with Living Podcariously is stories that. Oh wait, hang on a minute.
You may have to send it to my phone. I can't really see it here.
Wow, look at those tattoos.
That was my bachelorette party, and she just.
just her was the bachelorette party, right?
Yeah, it was me.
just her.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen to Tack. Turn it back around. Can you see it okay over here, buddy?
No, I can't.
So
That's
if you want to
So
see,
I can swipe through. No, I'm
If
kidding.
you want to see these photos, you can go onto Instagram and follow me on grown-ass-ma'am. Grown-ass_ma'am.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's me.
We'll put that in the show notes
Yes.
of the episode as well. That's awesome, man. Your
thank
back
you.
is
Thank
completely
you.
tatted up. That is awesome.
I'm flying out to Nevada next week to get it tattooed more.
I was about to ask you where you get your ink done.
Yeah. Against the grain. But
Against the
that
grain.
back piece specifically is out in Nevada.
I'm classy, bitch.
Oh God.
Nice. All right. So so Living Podcariously often has stories that come to the show of dating, of sex, of
That's where the name of the show comes from.
Yeah, we want our listeners to live vicariously through the stories that they hear on the podcast. So Marisha apparently has some
She
stories.
wants to raise awareness.
I do. Well, I have a story that kind of goes into
We're gonna
raising
eat while you're
awareness.
telling it, so
yes,
go for it.
Yes, go. So recently, I actually just moved back to Florida. I was born and raised here, but I moved 7 years ago out to California.
What part?
I was living up in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
I was in Reno and Sacramento also. That's
I used
why
to live out there.
Yeah, that's why I have this back piece, is because I was living in Reno, and my buddy Tony Medellin, he is tattooing me. So
Nice.
it's worth the fly. Obviously, you saw the tattoo. It's fucking insane.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. So before I left, I had gotten in contact with a buddy of mine who was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna love my brother." And I'm like, "All right, well, I don't care. Like, obviously,
Like setting you up with them?
yeah,
type
like
thing?
setting
Okay.
me up with him. Yeah. Like, I can get along pretty
Like-
well with anyone.
Like as
but-
an example, I could say, "Oh my God, you're gonna love Tack."
Yes.
When Tack enjoys long walks on the beach, but when he walks, there's 2 footprints and a line in the sand. I don't know what makes the line in the sand.
Don't lie to her. She'll find out the truth. She'll find out.
Hey.
All right, sorry,
Yo!
sorry, Marisha. You'll learn
No,
we
you're
interrupt
good.
each other a
no,
lot
that's
on here.
totally fine. That's how it goes. And this is about to go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly.
Do it.
Nice.
So
So you're on your way to meet this new guy.
Well, no, not yet.
not
He
yet.
had lived here. He was still living here as I was in Sacramento. So before I moved, him and I just started chit-chatting like, oh, I'm going to be there soon. This is awesome. And just started talking about things we like we both love metal and stuff like that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Calm down. Tach, your erection is showing.
So we were talking about music, and then we got onto the topic of BDSM.
Oh, yeah.
Or kink. Either one. I go both. I call it both things.
She goes both ways. Too, yeah.
So we got onto that subject, and of course, he claims to be what in the BDSM world is called a daddy. And a daddy holds a lot of weight. Like, saying that's what you are, like, claiming that's what you are, that's big. So I was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is going to be so much fun. I already have, like, things in my head that we're going to do when I get home. This is perfect. So, you know, and what I was telling him earlier about, I'm going to incorporate, like, the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing because of how awful it is and how it sets a terrible example of what BDSM / like the kink world actually is. It's so fairy tale in that movie that it's in psychopath that
Absolutely.
it gives BDSM like the wrong idea. Anyway, So I get home, and again, before anything we had hooked up, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to discuss your likes and your dislikes, because it can get really dangerous.
Absolutely.
And so you want to keep everyone safe, and you want to keep everyone happy.
Your lines can get crossed so fast in that.
So quickly, yeah. Like, so in the movie, they sit down and they have a contract, which was actually genius. That was the best part about that movie is they had a contract. They went over everything, which is called yes, soft nose, or hard nose. Hard nose are like absolutely fucking not, never gonna happen.
Tach gets hard nose all the time. Oh no.
It's true.
Sorry.
A soft no is something that you're like, hey, you know, maybe you can stick this huge plug in my ass later on, but right now it's a no, but maybe later.
The irony is that's not the first time on this podcast that those words have been spoken, which is super weird.
Definitely not.
I mean, butt stuff is awesome. We should be talking about it way more than just one other time.
Absolutely.
So from here, so back to my story. We're talking about all the things we like and we dislike. And so it finally boils down to it. We meet up, we hang out. He seems really fun. He comes over one night. And so
biggest penis ever.
It was the biggest thing I've ever seen. It was terrifying. It was the size of a toddler.
So you didn't like the big penis, right?
I see what you're doing there.
Did not like the big penis. Did not like
Tax
the
in.
big penis.
Yes!
But, so in my head, again, this guy claims he's a daddy, so I'm like, oh shit, this dude is gonna take over my fucking life. Like, he is going, I mean, like, I'm not even gonna, I'm gonna be in what we call a subspace for like I'm gonna be there for like a day, because like basically, oh my god, there's so many things. But, so, it comes down to fucking crunch time, and this fool could not fucking perform.
Oh.
Like, I had it. The dick was fine. Whatever. It was there. But like, again, the name Daddy like holds weight.
It implies that he knows what he's doing.
Exactly. And this guy like would barely like. I was like, dude.
So he's more like your uncle, really, than your daddy.
Ooh, ow, ew.
They got very molesty.
Yucky.
Rapey.
I legitimately had to like ask him to choke me, and at that I had to ask him to do it harder. And I was like, dude. So like one after the other, these like little disappointments kept happening. Moral of the story: just because you spank an ass or pull someone's hair does not fucking mean you know what BDSM or kink is. That does not mean you're anyone's daddy, or you're anyone's fucking master, or you're anyone's dominant. That's what the thing about kink and fucking 50 Shades of Grey has ruined for the BDSM kink community. They think, again, because they've shoved a fucking thumb in some chick's ass or pulled her hair a little bit, they're like, oh, I'm a daddy. Bitch, no you're fucking not. Why don't you just not say it at all? Because vanilla sex is great. Why do you even have to claim to be a daddy? Like, why don't you just not and just say, yeah, I like the fuck hard? Okay, sick, me too.
I have 1,000 questions for this scenario.
That's why in my head I was like, fuck,
too.
dude, this can go so many ways. Like, this can go to, because BDSM/kink, again, I'm going to use both words, is such an umbrella. There's so many ways that this can go, because like personally me, I'm still discovering what I am on the spectrum of it. So like I could call myself a sub, a brat, or a slave. So it depends on who I'm with, though. Like, it's not just going to be anyone. I'm not just going to be someone's slave.
Sure.
I'm not just going to be someone's sub or anything like that. It depends on who they are and how they treat me.
What is the difference between a sub, a brat, and a slave?
Okay, so a sub is going to be like completely submissive, basically. And that, again, all of these are very, very much umbrella terms. A sub is going to be submissive, essentially, like I said. A brat is also a sub, but it kind of fights you on it. Kind of pushes their dom or their master or their whatever they want to call it, daddy. I
imagine that's probably what, like, newcomers to the scene. Like the brat is like, I want it, but like I think I want it.
Well, no.
Is it like flirtatious, disobedience?
Yes, disobedience. So it's like men or women. You could be a brat to be a man too. That like to be punished, so they'll push their masters, or again, different terms. I'm just gonna say the word master.
Sure.
To punish them. Essentially, like they love to be spanked. They love to be punished. Like they want to be put in the corner. They want to be. You know what I mean? So that's what a brat would be.
Right.
And then a slave is essentially like doing whatever their master wants. I mean, that one is almost my favorite. Honestly, and it's
So you wait,
and it's so funny because in my like everyday life, I am.
Make you my slave.
hey, you're taken. You made that quite clear.
Listen.
In my everyday life, I am in fucking control. I do what I want when I want. I make my money. I make my own decisions. I'm everywhere I want to be because I want to be there. So as soon as I get someone that I can just let all that go with is like the best feeling in the world. It's like so vulnerable, and it's so amazing that you know that someone is going to completely take care of you and let go, like let you just be like, again, submissive or a slave. Like again.
So what I think is so cool about that is, irrelevant of anyone's perspective, if they think BDSM is not for them or they think it is for them, it doesn't matter to me. You know what you want, and I have to tell you this. We've talked about this on the show. Something that's the sexiest quality for a girl to have is confidence in what she wants, and saying exactly what you want to your partner, a daddy or like a tack daddy or whatever.
Whatever.
Saying what you
Daddy
want,
tack, either one.
daddy tack.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Saying what you want is probably the most confidence and sexiest piece. Derek's leaving. Bye, Derek, buddy. Thanks for coming out tonight. It's one of our listeners.
It taught me, honestly, BDSM taught me how to be confident. Like I've always been like pretty confident in who I was, but this taught me to say, this is what I like and this is what I don't like, and I don't want you to do that.
That's awesome.
I do not like that, because in the real BDSM, the sub is actually in control, because the sub is going to be like the one that says
Sets the limits.
Exactly. Hey, this is cool, but this isn't. Just because I'm letting you do this, I'm not going to let you do this. So we're actually the ones in control.
Tack, you need to make sure we have
at
good
least
pictures.
in a healthy BDSM relationship.
A healthy BDSM relationship. 50 Shades of Grey is fucking bullshit. That guy was a psycho. Just because he was good looking and had money, chicks wet themselves over
Wait a
it.
minute. There was one scene in the trailer for the third series of that came out that was awesome. The panties off at dinner and then the elevator scene. That was pretty. Look, that's hot.
No. That's amazing. But who he is, he's an absolute psycho. In the one scene, I watched the video so I can talk shit about it, obviously, so I knew what I was talking about. He shows up when she's with her family at a family function saying that she's already getting too drunk, takes away her drink, and then just shows up.
It's control freak.
It's control freak. He's telling her how to live her life. That's totally different. That's not okay. That's psycho. Again, if he wasn't good looking and he was poor living in a trailer park, everyone would be like, "Fuck that."
Tack, why are you taking notes? I don't understand.
Well, I'm learning how to be a daddy.
That's an awesome story.
So, moral. I'm gonna end this. Is read a book. What I did, honestly, is I listened to a ton of podcasts. That's what I did.
Good for you.
BDSM pod. You can plug anything you want to
Okay,
podcast.
so
your butt, your whatever. It doesn't matter. Plug anything you
She
want.
likes butt stuff.
It's called XR University, and that XR University. So that they're two porn stars. that talk about the BDSM lifestyle, and they are so unbelievably educational and safe on every realm that like shit that I don't even like, cock and ball torture that I'm not into, but I'll listen to it because maybe one day
I'm not into that either. This
exactly,
works out.
exactly. But maybe one
so
day
much in common.
I'm gonna meet some guy that's into that, and I'll be like, oh, I've learned about this. You know what I mean? I study this, and I read a book. It's called The Ultimate Guide to Kink, and again, same thing. It talks about like really weird stuff. Like people like to cut each other and like play in each other's blood and like pierce each other.
That's crazy.
It's super crazy. I have friends that do that. I would love for you guys to follow them on Instagram. They are amazing. They drown each other. I mean, legitimately, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The vulnerability and the trust you have with someone is so powerful.
We're getting into that David Carradine shit now, Tach. Do you know who David Carradine was?
Do I? I don't know.
He was the star of
Kung
you're
Fu.
kind of young though, but he was the star of Kung Fu back in the 80s. He's a Kung Fu master. He died in Thailand from autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, super fun.
He was upside down in his hotel closet masturbating, and he hung himself, unfortunately.
Oh
by
my
himself.
God.
By him, yeah, hung
That
himself by
sounds.
himself.
I mean, that sounds amazing. If I didn't die.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
the kind of that takes it to the extreme limit. But
I mean, I like to do it till someone makes me pass out. But you know, we're always safe with it. I make sure if someone does that to me, they know how to revive me if need be.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the things that you have to talk about. You have to discuss those.
In order to date you, I'm learning that I have to take a class.
Right, you have to go take
I have
a
to listen to a
rehabilitation course.
podcast. I've already been taking notes.
So have you ever done? You ever been out to the castle out in Tampa, out in Ybor City?
Unfortunately, no. I have not.
The governor.
I need to go. Is that?
Oh, you don't even have a goddamn ace.
Are these edible? Just out of curiosity, these little beads are edible.
Yes,
Is that the
eat
Mystery
them.
Road of
They
the Axe?
burst in your mouth.
Wait, tell me. I don't know.
No, the castle in Tampa is literally like, okay, so I used to bartend in Ybor City for like 7 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I just moved. Like, I used to hang out in Ybor on a
Really?
weekly
I
basis.
worked at tons of bars there. We'll talk about this after this.
Yeah, definitely.
But the castle, my friend one night was like, let's go to the castle. And I'm like, okay, cool. I walk in, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There are men in lingerie running around. There are men in stilts. It's wild.
Kinda sounds like
If you
Hamburger
go on
Mary's.
Instagram and just search the hashtag the Castle Tampa, you can see what goes in there. It's crazy. The first time I went there, this guy came up behind me. He had a gun, but it was a dildo. Like the whole end of it.
A drill dough.
Yeah, no. It looked like a gun, but
She
it was
knows it.
dildo.
Oh, yeah.
And it vibrated.
I have four at my home.
That's a
And I'm
9mm drill,
I'm
though.
like standing there, just staring at all the craziness going around, and he comes and he literally hits my butt with it, like.
Yeah,
was
so
like,
if you're at
the
parties
fuck?
like that, basically what it's saying is you consent to being at a party like that. Not necessarily someone's going to come up to you.
This is a nightclub.
Yeah, you basically, you know what you're getting yourself into when you come to those things.
Oh,
so
girl.
yeah.
I probably lasted half an hour, and I was like, can we leave now? Because I don't really know what's going on. It just got
All right,
creepier
so-
and creepier.
Marisha, thank you so much for the story. We, of course.
I could go on for a long time about this. I have a lot of knowledge, but
So let me ask you: Can our listeners come up and ask you questions at the bar?
I 100% am so open about
All right,
talking
cool.
to this. Like I said, I want to spread awareness on what the actual lifestyle is and not what fucking 50 Shades of Grey bullshit is.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, you can find Marisha up here bartending most nights. I'm guessing that up here at the Salty Fox. Oh my
Indeed.
God.
And she's hot.
That was nice.
I mean,
What?
that helps. That helps too. Tack, did you
Yes,
know?
you know, I hadn't noticed. Yeah.
All right.
Lord.
So we're gonna take a break.
She's ridiculously gorgeous.
We're gonna take a break here on the show.
Stupid pretty.
Up
Yeah.
next segment, we actually have a very special guest. Dorian Gayle is going to come on and do some of just chat about his comedy experience here in Brevard County, and he does some pretty cool impersonations. So you
what I
guys
heard.
want to hang out and listen to that?
And we might have a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of an impromptu. We might get a shenaniganery tonight.
oh
shit.
That's awesome.
Right?
All right. Well, cool. Thank you, listeners, for listening. We'll be back in
Thank
just a
you.
minute. Here's a little bit of DJ Galugo. Marisha, awesome story.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for coming
so
on.
much.
That was dope.
Thanks for staying, too.
All right. We're also, by the end of the show,
Daddy.
by the end of the episode, we're going to hear some Salty Fox events that are coming up here soon.
Yeah.
For our listeners to come out hang out with us.
and-
So we want to come out too.
And now I'm gonna finish eating all this fucking food.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
yes.
talk about
I
that
know.
shit when we get back, because so far, oh my god.
I'm always working, so I can't eat. So this is like
Please
almost me
enjoy.
tasting and what I am.
All right, guys, we'll be
Did
right
you
back.
need me to feed you, or do you like that? Or all right, let's go. We'll be back.
Hey, Tach, you ever have that conversation with your girl about where to eat dinner and it always turns into that back and forth? I don't know, you pick.
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got an answer for you next time that comes up.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
The Salty Fox in Melbourne off of Oak Alley Boulevard.
Oh, nice. You know, I've actually been there, and the food was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, it was. They offer a great selection of paninis, shareable appetizers, soups and salads, and one of the best desserts I've ever had, the Funky Monkey.
Oh, yeah, my favorite was the vintage options. They got this meal called ramen noodle on crack. You just got to try it out.
Done. That's definitely what I'm getting next time.
Put the fun between your legs at the Salty Fox every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with the Oak Alley Arts District Bike Crawl.
It's a 4-mile bicycle ride down Pineapple Avenue with stops for food and beer all along the route. Be sure to visit the Salty Fox every Sunday for brunch from 11 to 4.
Hey, isn't that the $10 bottomless mimosas brunch?
Sure is. Enjoy your brunch while the Salty Fox's DJ spins throwbacks and top 40 hits.
Salty Fox is located in the downtown Oak Alley Art District on Oak Alley Boulevard.
Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/saltyfoxmelbourne or online at thesaltyfox.net.
Hey listeners, be sure to mention you heard about the Salty Fox on our show and you'll get 10% off your meals.
Hey, it's Adam. If you enjoyed the content or the cast of Living Podcariously, be sure to check out the other show we produce. It's called The Twisted 10. Each week, a host or a guest host takes over the show and brings their own unique and original top 10 list to the show. Here's a few examples. Top 10 crazy religious practices. Top 10 sexual fetishes. Twisted Guinness World Records. Top 10 possible human extinction events. And my personal favorite, top 10 best or worst infomercial products. As you can see, the content is all over the place for the show. However, it is a lot of fun to produce, and we hope you like it. As always, thanks for listening. And welcome back to Living Podcariously.
All right.
So before we get into this interview, because there's 1,000 questions I got for Dorian. Yeah, eat up. I've been eating too. Tach, how'd you do?
What?
Did you get some digits from Marisha or?
No.
Oh no?
No.
Why not? You guys seem to be driving. You guys stayed at the table and talked for a while. And
She was just being nice.
I literally left you alone with her. What happened?
I know.
I came back in
he
and
came back
cock-blocked him.
and like straight. So Marisha, hey, so like, and I'm just like, really, dude, fucking get out of here.
He kept tapping me in the leg. I didn't know what that meant. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we have somebody very special for our guest on this segment.
Oh yeah,
I love the fact that we get to do this with you coming out to a sponsors of ours too. It's a lot more fun. We usually do this in my extra bedroom in our house. Basically, it's a Florida room downstairs, but
It's the studio.
it's our studio, but it's really it's in our home. Right. But so coming out to a sponsor's place feels more natural. It feels it feels fun. It adds an ambiance to the environment.
Yeah,
but up on air with us now, we're very happy to introduce Mr. Dorian Gayle.
Ooh, what up?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Dorian is a local stand-up comedian or comic, and I've had this question in the past, like, what do you consider it? Is it called a stand-up comedian or is it called a comic?
I think
is there a differentiation?
I think I was told by a mentor of mine, a comedian is somebody who can take something and make it funny, and a comic is someone who says funny things. So,
okay.
I take my life, I take the things that I go through, and I turn it into something that people can enjoy. So
nice.
I consider myself to be a comedian. I mean, on this level, not on the superstar, one of those types of levels, but
you got to start somewhere, man.
The way that I'm pursuing my craft, I'm pursuing it as somebody who wants to take something and make it fun.
I like your little catchphrase on Facebook. So on Dorian Gayle's on his Facebook page says, "I'm just a comedian trying to spread worldwide healing through laughter. That's good for the soul." Man, that's a cool quote.
I like it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk about you a little bit. Where do you live? Where do you do stand-up? Let's go from there.
I'm from Palm Bay, Florida. And
I'm sorry.
We all make mistakes.
It's all,
it's
all right. No, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm surviving. I survived. I survived about 21 years in Palm Bay, Florida. So I'm still going strong. I like to do stand-up comedy at open mics, aka Florida Discount Music, on their Wednesday nights. So a lot of the local fans, they can catch me there. Standard Humor is great. That's hosted by Christian Moore.
That's pretty close to here too. Yeah, Christian Moore's supposed to come on our show as well. We're supposed to have him.
Yeah.
We haven't had him yet.
Yeah, and and now I'm working with a friend of mine. His name's Jay Alvarez, aka Voice for Life. You can find him on Facebook by the name of Voice for Life, and he's doing comedy shows. We just did a show last night featuring Duncan Jay.
Oh yeah, we all know Duncan.
We all know Duncan.
Duncan Jay at Jack Straw's Comedy Club and Music right here on Babcock.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So how long have you been doing stand-up?
Since I was 17.
17? Okay.
So you're 21 now?
21.
And you're a young man. You look more mature than 21.
Thank you. I hope so.
You do. I don't know if that's good or bad.
No, listen. I hope so. I really do, man.
You know, I I've actually seen you do stand-up before.
I have.
Yes. It was at one of Ray Burrito's.
Burrito, not burrito.
Yes,
Burrito.
I know who Ray Burrito is. Ray Burrito shows over at the pizza place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah, old school pizza. Over there by the one by FIT. Yeah, I think.
So what's the latest on his reboot for a show?
I don't know if he's doing it. I don't know if he's rebooting or not.
All right, sorry.
But the significance of that night was my debut of stand-up too. I also did stand-up that night as well. I'd never done it before. It was my one night.
Wow.
I haven't done it since. Not that I got scared off, I didn't, but I just haven't had the opportunity to.
Right.
So I did catch your act that night. That was pretty good. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Is there any footage of that?
Of my stand-up?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, there is. But I don't recommend it.
No?
It's good. No, he's humbling right now. Jimmy has it, and it's good. It's good quality. He gets laughs. You cannot tell that he's super nervous. I mean, if you were, you couldn't really tell.
Good. Anybody who's on stage and says they're not nervous is lying. That's it.
Yeah, especially when you're going up on stage, for your first couple of times.
I think it's the hardest job in the world. I don't know how you do it. I've done a lot of theater. I've played in bands. I've done all kinds of. But doing stand-up comedy, that's hard.
Stand-up comedy, there's nobody around you. It's just you and that microphone. No special effects, no other members. It's just you and that microphone, and that's why it appears that it's like one of the hardest crafts to master. And even with the nervousness, the audience can't tell if you're nervous unless you let them know that you're nervous. That's something I learned just acting and doing stand-up comedy. Unless you break that and let them know.
Was that fake it until you become it kind of thing? Like act like you're confident.
Fake it till you make
right.
it. Yeah.
So, Dorian, why comedy? What inspired you to be a stand-up comedian? That's not exactly something you wake up and say, this is exactly what I want to do for my career. Usually somebody's got a cool story leading into why they're doing it.
Man, listen, when I was younger, I knew I had something, I tried sports. Sports weren't really working for me. They weren't my go-to thing. I couldn't fully express myself playing sports. What you do is a representation of yourself. My parents always told me everything you do reflects who you are. So whatever you do, make sure you're being honest and being true to yourself. I wasn't able to make that connection with sports. So I went to other things like performing arts. And through performing arts, I was actually able to express who I am as a person. And I believe doing stand-up comedy helps me express exactly who I am, the message I'm trying to portray, and the person that I am today, and how I develop and how I grow. People can listen to you, and they can see your growth. They can see where you may have struggled. They can see where you can succeed at and where you have succeeded at. And I believe that doing stand-up comedy is the fullest expression for me as a person and me just a development as a human being.
That's awesome. I've watched a couple of your videos on Facebook, on your Facebook live stream, and some of your archived ones too. So when we were originally talked to about you was from both Jay Alvarez as well as Ray Brito. Both of them told us about you a little bit.
Burrito, not burrito.
You motherfucker. They both said Dorian's a great guy. He's funny as hell. He's got some pretty good bits that he does, and the whole 9 yards. So right off the bat, you already got the stamp of approval from those guys. However, we went and watched some of your videos. You do some really cool things. So you do things like you volunteer at schools and do like stand up for kids and talk to them about staying in school and whatever and doing all that stuff. But also you do some of your bits in front of them, some of your more PC kind of stuff and not too edgy. Dude, that's awesome. You usually don't see stand up comedians going to volunteer at places like that to entertain kids.
Right.
That's really cool.
The music got louder, by the way, so we got to kind of speak up a little louder.
It's all good. I have this motto of mine. It's almost like a catchphrase that I say in my YouTube videos and the videos that I post on social media. My catchphrase is, now you have a nice day. And I say, now you have a nice day, and that comes from one of my favorite Bible verses I learned when I was younger, which is Psalms 118, verse 24, which says, today is the day the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Now, whether you believe in God or not, it's not the point. The point is, I want to share as much as joy and as much as happiness and as much as positivity as I can possible, because that's what we need more in the world.
That's awesome, man.
It's the best way to live. That's dope.
You know?
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
So, and that's what I live by, and I try to encourage that to kids, whether it be a college group, middle school students. You know, it's a blessing just to share your gift. It doesn't always have to be, you know, at a comedy night. You know, the gift is what, you know, the gift is what you give. The gift is what you give to others. You know what I'm saying? I never want to make people laugh. I just want to share the gift of laughter, and that's kind of how I look at it. You know.
You know, to quote another comedian, Jeff Dunham, big name, right? But he said that comedy is the last sincere form of spreading a message. I wish I could quote him specifically, but basically he said, like, comedy is the last form of uncensored entertainment. Right. Do you feel going up, performing in front of people, that you can make the joke, like make jokes that are funny versus jokes that are PC? Do you feel like there's you ever have to deal with that as far as like saying something that might be inappropriate? You ever like worry about being censored in your act?
You know, I'll say that you know, earlier when I was first starting out, I kind of aimed to kind of stay away from that. But you know, as I go along and I see, you know, things like Kathy Griffin with the situation that happened with her, and
that was tough. That was tough.
And even with, you know, what Dave Chappelle said, it's all about how you deliver it. You know, sometimes it's not about what you say; it's about how you say it, when you say it, and where you say it in the context that it's said. So I think that there's a time and there's a place for everything. You know?
That makes sense. I'm not going to make dick and fart jokes at a church comedy show, right?
You know, my motto that I've always adopted is the best time for a joke is the worst time for a joke. This is what I've always said.
You're right. That's when it's funniest.
That's awesome. So, what's some of your stand-up? How do you? I don't, you know, if you don't give away your best parts of your bit, but what kind of comedy do you usually do?
It's all clean. It's all clean. You know, I don't cuss. I don't talk about the nasty stuff, but I do talk about things that I went through. You know what I'm saying? Things that I went through. Maybe somebody else can relate to. You know, like growing up, being the only black kid on the street, not knowing slang. You know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, not knowing how to. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being that one kid in class is kind of awkward. So, you know, I'm usually seen around my friends as that awkward guy. But, you know, when he talks to you, you know what I'm saying? My friends are like, when he talks to you, you know, he's down to earth. He's genuine. So I kind of point myself out, you know, standing out away from the crowd a little bit.
You do just you emote this level of genuine feeling. It's weird. It's strange. Like, we've had Jay Alvarez on our show for a long time.
Right.
We know Ray Brito. We've had him on. We've had a few other stand-up comics on. Right. But none of them have ever delivered a message with so much. To me, I mean, you guys, I might be wrong, but so much feeling of Genuinity? That's not a word. Tach, help me out here. Genuineness?
It's genuine.
Genuinity, I think.
Genuine? No, that's a singer.
Oh yeah, that's a singer.
No, well, you know what I mean. It feels like it's coming from your heart, which is cool. That's cool as
Thank you,
hell, man.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
So I got to dime it out a little bit here. So you do two of the coolest impressions I have ever heard. Especially out of a local Brevard County comic. Not to say anything bad about Brevard County comics ever, because I love them all. There's a ton of them. So much talent in Brevard County is sick. But your fucking impressions that you do are just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So I know two of them. Are those the two you mainly focus on?
Listen, I'm just gonna let you guys know some of my favorite comedians. I got Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, and Chris Rock.
Oh yeah.
Those are some of my favorite guys to ever hold a microphone, man. And those are some of my favorite guys.
What happened to your boy at the Super Bowl? What happened to Kevin, man? He's trying to get into the VIP section, and they shut him down.
First of all, guys, I don't know what's going on. There's no reason why they should have not let me on stage, okay? I'm a Philadelphia Eagle to the heart. No pun intended. But we won, okay? Because we won, there's only two big people in Philadelphia, all right? Me and Will Smith, all right? I don't consider myself big, but oh my God, it's okay.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Nice.
That's a little bit of my Kevin Hart impression.
You nail that.
Yeah, and his friends will jump in. You know what I'm saying? Cat might have said something. If Cat were to react to the video, he might have said something.
Listen, player. I just want to say that, Kevin, there is no reason why you should have had your grown little man self standing in front of that bodyguard pimping. The reason why I didn't go to the game is because it would have messed up my perm, and I do not want that to happen, boo-boo.
Oh, my cheeks are fucking hurting.
And Chris Rock probably would have called Kevin out.
I mean, it is real hard to go to a football game. I mean, I had to pay all my money, man. All right, I didn't even make any bets, but I'm still the little dude from across the street, and I still had to pay $1.
Chris Rock would have said something out there.
Shit, you fucking own those characters.
Hang on a second. That was awesome.
Josh's mind is blown.
I appreciate it.
I've never been able to hear someone do solid impressions live. This is a big thing for me. This is awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm working on others. I'm saying, like, one of my favorite dudes ever, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh yeah,
Gilbert Gottfried.
Hell yeah.
Let's hear it.
Like the parrot.
It's so hard. And Aladdin, where's Aladdin? We have to go get Jafar. Where's Genie?
Like, that's one of my favorite guys right there. Man.
Like, do you do that one on stage?
Oh yeah, I do that one on stage.
It's ready. It's ready.
I'm working on some. So I got some coming up, man. It's a talent. You know what I'm saying? I when I was younger, I just started, imitating all the voices I heard on the radio.
Yeah.
Some of my friends were like, "Hey, man, you should really go on with that." So I just started practicing all of them.
Awesome.
So to practice that, do you just get a clip that you like and you just kind of like imitate it until somebody else says, "Yeah, this is great"? Or
there's many ways to impersonate people. Some people can do mannerisms. There are mannerisms like
Rodney Dangerfield. He's a mannerism, walking mannerism.
Yeah. Like there are mannerisms that people have. Like when Chris Rock does his fingers and he does his smile, he looks at you, he grills at you. There's mannerisms that can, and sometimes the mannerisms will help the voice sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because that presentation is there to support the actual voice impression. So I started doing with the mannerisms and the facial expressions, the short little ad libs, and that helps develop the voice.
And you just did it, the shoulder bobs. That's a Kevin Hart thing, right? That's Kevin Hart.
He
moves those shoulders back and forth quick.
He does his impression. Oh my God, no! You know what I'm saying? Like, it helps you develop that a little bit better when you can do it physically. Like Cat Williams says pimpin' and boo boo. You know what I'm saying? Like he says those certain words. That's what makes his character, the Cat Williams character, distinctive and stands out from the rest. It's all about
yeah,
the
man.
small
Good, man.
things. It's about the small things, you know?
That's really cool. So where are some of the gigs? Where do you play? I know you talked about them earlier, but do you have anything that's big that's upcoming, or is it just regular shows in Brevard that you're doing?
Man, listen, if you want to figure out where I'm going to be at, you can follow me on Facebook at Dorian2424. That's at Dorian2424. I have a whole events calendar up on there. So that's Facebook at Dorian2424. You'll be able to find everything I got going on.
Check the show notes, listeners, if you're interested in that. All Dorian's links will be in there. His Facebook page, his Twitter, Instagram, the whole 9 yards. All of that stuff will be listed in there for you guys to go check out as well.
Most definitely, man.
So I got one last question for you.
Right.
So to all of our listeners, one message. What do you want to say to them? What's the one thing as a comedian you want to leave them with?
Listen, man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and love, laugh, and celebrate with your family, your friends, the people who care about you, and just embrace it. Take this time. We have one life to live, so take this time to embrace and just spread as much as positivity and laugh, man. You have to laugh. You have to take it easy. You have to laugh, man. You got to spread that love.
That's awesome.
You're one of the most inspirational and motivational comics I've ever seen, dude. That's awesome.
It's cool. It's all about the message, man.
That's cool. You don't often get a clean comic either. That's what's weird, man.
It's a dying art.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's some value in both shock comedy or shock stand-up and saying some cuss words to add to the stories. I got it. I'm not downing anybody who does that. Of course. However, there is a really cool art form in seeing that amount of comedy being done that's clean that I can let my kids listen. My son's 14 years old. I'm not going to let him listen to certain comics that are out there right now just because it's so vulgar. The subject matter is vulgar, let alone saying fuck or whatever. Right. But, you bring a whole package that's clean and cool to listen to, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It reflects myself. I think, like I said, anything you do, it's a reflection of yourself.
I'm going to give a shameless plug over here for our boys up at the Burn It Down podcast. I have a perfect venue for you if you're interested, if they would have you, obviously. This is their show.
Right.
But they have something called the Living Room Series.
Right.
Jay's done it before as well, where stand-up comics in Brevard County, mostly, and some from Orlando, come into their house and do an episode with them and do stand-up. Basically, that's the whole episode of stand-up.
Right.
They pay, too. I mean, they take care of their comics.
Right.
But you do stand-up for a very small crowd of people.
Okay.
And it's awesome. It's really, I love their Living Room Series. They're really, really cool. So I'll give our word out to, I'll do an introduction to Jay Flo. He's the host of their show. And you on Facebook, and I'll just put you guys together and say, hey, take this guy for your next Living Room Series because he's fantastic.
I appreciate that, man. Let's get that.
Yeah, dude,
let's get that one together, dude.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Listen,
yeah, man.
This has been awesome.
I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yeah, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Anytime. Anytime you want to come back, you hit us up.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Definitely. All right, so Dorian Gayle. All the links will be on Facebook. Go check out his Instagram. Go check out his Facebook page. If you got YouTube, let me know. I'll put those links up there too. So
I gotta say my catchphrase.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Now you have a nice day.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, awesome. All right, with that, we're gonna take another break here. I almost said in studio.
Yeah, we're not in studio.
We're not in studio. I don't know
We're
if you
on a
can
field
tell
trip.
by the ambient noise. We are on a field trip. Living Podcariously Field Trip. That's what we're going to name all of our events from now on. Living Podcariously Field Trip. All right. Dorian, thank you so much for that, man. That was
thanks,
awesome.
dude.
Awesome impressions, too. Village Idiot Pub. You locals know about it. You guys from out of town have to check them out.
Village Idiot Pub is now a proud sponsor with Living Podcariously and the Twisted 10 podcasts.
It's more than just about commercials, though. The cast here will be taking our show on the road to Village Idiot to record some episodes as well as hold events. They have over 30 beers on tap, including ciders and Hefeweizen, my favorite, as well as hundreds of bottle choices.
Adam, you forgot my favorite, all the delicious wine. So get your friends together and enjoy the board games, puzzles, and the giant Jenga.
let the owner Jason, as well as the rest of the staff there, take excellent care of your beer drinking needs.
Mention either one of our shows to the staff and get 10% off your tab.
Tuesday is open mic, Wednesday is trivia, Thursday is karaoke, Friday and Saturday night are live music.
Visit them at 4 Harrison Street, Suite 103, Cocoa, Florida, or Village Idiot Pub on Facebook. And don't forget, they are a dog-friendly location, so bring your friends, family, and fur babies.
Somebody let me know. Well, everybody in the place put a whistle in your face. Scream it out and say, yo, hey.
And welcome back to Living Podcariously.
Hello.
Yeah. All right. So before we got on mic with us this segment, we've got both Sam and Veronica, the owners of the Salty Fox.
Sam is finally on the show.
Sam is on the show.
Welcome, Sam.
So, hey, ladies, let me ask you. This is between us. I'm going to turn Tach's ears off for a minute.
Yes.
Does he have a chance? He's in love.
Damn.
You say no?
Hey, look, she speaks the truth. That's okay.
It's okay.
I would say maybe.
I can handle the
I'd
truth.
give him a hard
Risha likes
maybe.
really big dudes. Like when I
Yeah,
say big, I mean
fat.
like
Tach is
Fat
a really
AF.
big dude.
plus.
Wait, back up. You said big
AKA,
dudes.
you just need to eat a whole lot of
So
cheeseburgers.
she likes to fuck fatties?
Yes.
Really? See, I thought that was going against me there.
No.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Listen,
Well,
her type
obviously you
is
know.
literally 3 times your size.
Start eating,
I'm
buddy.
over here like trying to suck it in and trying to look. Maybe I should just relax.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel a little bit better.
Ladies, I don't know what it
Let
is.
it hang out back.
Every time we come here, Tach falls in love with a different waitress.
No, it was
Different-
Jordan last time, and you know.
And Chi-Chi the time before that.
Well, we have really hot girls that work
I
here.
know. Why do you think I
Yes.
like coming out here?
All right, speaking of that, we want to do, so one of the things that we're getting into for Dichotomy Media is the production of promotion videos, things that for like Facebook or YouTube or whatever, that really showcase, you know, whatever we're shooting, the event or the sponsor or whatever we're doing. We had talked a long time ago that something about you guys did is when whenever a certain song came on the bar or came on the jukebox here in the bar, that all your girls dance. Is that still something that happens, or is that not really... Does that not happen anymore? Well, I figured that'd be kind of a cool thing to shoot for a video for promotional purposes.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, it's very-
but we should definitely get it together and do it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of it's
Wait, we
hard.
have some disagreement going on here. Sam, what's up?
Nothing.
Sam's like,
no.
y'all look like idiots on the bar. And I'm like,
I know,
we
I
look
know.
hot.
You haven't done it in a long time.
No, we haven't.
A little rusty.
Well, could
Why
you
you call me old?
Could you show us, or I don't know what you're talking about?
No.
I don't
See?
believe you. No. See,
She's
that's-
like, I'm retired.
Yeah, I'm
So-
all done. Yeah.
So I literally don't know what you guys are talking about. Is this like a straight up Coyote Ugly dance on the bar type deal?
It was like
Yes.
a one time, I'm going to try and do this, and then it happened, and I think, I don't know what happened.
Well, you
It
know,
looked great though, but
sex sells, so
Right.
something that's sexy up on the bar might be kind of cool to see.
I'm gonna have to get back on that then.
I don't know. I mean, if not, look, even without doing that, there's still some really, really cool things that I think we could shoot down here in the bar, put together nice. Tach's editing skills
If
are...
anything, just a commercial. I mean, I understand Sam. Me and Sam just had a conversation about how she's getting into the GoPro stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Why do I need to hire somebody when I can just do it myself?" She's got a point because she has talent for it. Not everybody does. So we're talking to her, and she just literally got done telling me how she doesn't need anybody coming in.
Well, if you guys ever do want or
Hey,
need
listen,
somebody
I
to
can
do
sit back
events...
and watch you guys do it. I don't want to do it.
Oh, there you go.
It's more work for
see,
me.
now I have an incentive to sell. So you should commercial for the place, whatever, what have you.
We've been doing a lot of stuff for, like we shot Hot Pink's Queen performance up at the Cocoa Village Playhouse. That was a full shoot. We were there for 2 hours, or really like 3 hours. 4
We had
cameras,
3,
GoPros.
4, 5 cameras. We had a crane, we had a jib, we had all kinds of stuff out there.
It was a lot of fun. That's a piece of our side of our company that we're just starting to get into, and it's fun. It's really cool. But all right, so you guys served us some fucking amazing food. And
can we talk about that for a second?
Hell yes.
Holy shit.
Please do. What did you think?
I want to talk about the crack in your ramen
I didn't
noodle.
get to try the ramen
I watched
noodle
you
on
eat
crack.
those.
I know. Did
I
you
don't
watch
think
me
they stood a
not
chance.
stop eating them?
Yeah. You pushed the microphone away, took your headphones off, and you're like, fuck this.
It was time. Like, I gave Adam and Tach one opportunity, and they
I
squandered it.
couldn't take it.
Adam had some, Tach missed it.
I had the pretty girl
Missed
from
the
Days.
Tack was
And then-
distracted.
I was distracted.
Right. I also want to talk about this buffalo chicken dip thing that happened. Holy shit, that was dope.
I want to talk about
Told
the
you.
what was this called again? The
Candied jalapenos.
Yeah. What kind of cheese is this?
Cream cheese.
Just cream cheese, right? Fantastic. And you guys do these jalapenos yourself in house, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
All right, and that little panini, I guess the Jabacon.
Did you bacon me crazy?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I ate one of them. There's 2 sandwiches, and there's 3 of us, and I ate one of the sandwiches. It was so good.
So you guys specialize in not necessarily your traditional bar and restaurant food. You guys have some unique, you've got your throwback style foods that you go to on your menu.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, you have some obvious crowd favorites that people are going to want whenever they go out drinking or whatever, but you guys have a vast variety of options for people to get there unusual, that it's not your typical, everyday run-of-the-mill Applebee's style restaurant food. You've got unique foods that are fantastic, very flavorful.
Everything is very different. Nothing is fried. Everything is baked here, and everything is made to order. So anything that you see in our menu, if you want to modify it, we let you modify it. So
Nice.
it's actually really cool for like people that don't eat meat or don't eat gluten. Like we modify. It's fresh made to order. There's nothing in here that we freeze and we just microwave and serve you. So
Cool.
That's
it's
good.
pretty awesome.
Everything's fresh. Yeah. Who designs the menu? Is that you two?
We do.
Mainly me, right? Yeah.
Get a wife.
Oh, whatever. I'm the fruity one. Apricot, you're red-handed? Come on.
My sister made that name up.
You don't like pineapple in your food. I do.
Apricot or pineapple?
Pineapple.
Have another glass of wine, lady.
Lovers
Pineapple
quarrel on the
is
show.
the fruity side of having food. You don't like fruity things in your food.
No.
Yeah, see? Anything
Pineapple
that has,
does not go on pizza.
I agree with that.
disagree.
I agree with that because I like my pineapple cold. And
She
fresh
loves it
pineapple
on
is
pizza.
Yeah, it's okay.
Pineapple on pizza to me is fantastic, but only with certain flavors.
Yeah.
Like a ham is an obvious combination.
Would you put apricot on your sandwich?
I don't actually know what apricot tastes like.
Exactly.
I don't
She
know what it
put
tastes like.
apricot on her sandwich. Yeah, and she don't like spicy food, so
right,
mango habanero is not her sandwich.
Oh, mango habanero sandwich is so good. All right, so we have a question. So we were inspired by the chili cook-off. We talked about this on our last episode of Living Podcariously. It's not published yet, but it's in the hopper. We want, as Living Podcariously and Dichotomy Media, to do some kind of food challenge where we have our listeners.
Hot dogs.
Bowl of peanuts.
Hot dogs was brought up.
I actually thought about that. I was like, I would probably throw up watching someone eat. Just shove hot dogs down their mouth, so that's not it.
We want to do something that incorporates our listeners, where our listeners bring in, like they can make food and compete, and also other podcasts. I think the really cool avenue here is we know 30 podcasts in Central Florida, and a lot of those people like to compete for
You
things.
should do like a podcast off where the podcasts actually go against each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's every podcast promoting against each other.
And all their listeners.
Yeah, but how do
come
you
out
make
here.
that like a thing?
We have to come up with some
great, it's
event.
easy.
You have to have
yeah.
something. You have to have an objective. Like chili cook-off is a great example because that's an object
We have a
that they
podcast
prepare.
off.
But we have something that all the podcasts would have to cook or bake or bring or do or something.
So it would be some kind of cook-off for just podcast
We were,
people?
well, not necessarily. We can also have all the listeners of all the shows as well come in.
You
But
should do as a conjoined podcast, cook something together, and then just each podcast has to play off of what the customers want.
what kind of foods do you guys think would go over well for that kind of an event? Chili is a given because that's everybody can do chili
Yeah,
cook-off. So
chili.
other than chili, what else? Like our friends at Burn It Down Show do a burger challenge. So they have other people compete with burgers, making the most unique and tasty burger. And then the restaurant, like the judges get the chef-prepared burgers, and then the kitchen staff or the restaurant has the menu, has the preparation. So
The best panini. Just kidding.
Ooh, best
We have
panini.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
You can put anything.
But
with
I would
panini,
say
so-
boiled peanuts or maybe like
No.
cupcakes.
Ooh, cupcakes are good.
Cupcakes.
Ooh,
I
best
love
dessert in
cupcakes.
general.
You know, there's
Ooh,
one
yeah.
that I haven't brought up that I think is pretty interesting. No food requirement. Make the best thing that you know how to make. He's
With no food?
Oh.
No, I'm saying like
No,
food.
no
like
spec-
food.
no specification. So any food.
So not like not chili,
Fried
not
ice and
hamburgers.
just make
Just
your
like
make your specialty dish.
So it'd be
exactly.
like
Make the tastiest shit you know how to make.
Who can make the best fried ice and win pie?
I'm down. I would attend. I'd judge. How do I
Do you
get
get
that?
it? Do you get it? Water.
Fried ice and what?
Win
pie.
She's so punny. She'd do so well on the show permanently. Usually Tach handles all those punny jokes.
You better
I tried.
watch out. I'm coming for you.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just taking your job.
Oh,
taking our
shit.
jobs. No, this was so much fun. I'm so glad we got to come out here tonight.
Panini?
It's not a bad idea.
I say bowl peanuts.
No, can he expand
There's
on
no
that?
competition in boiled peanuts,
You
though.
just boil them
And
and
there's Cajun and there's regular.
there you go.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
but you could do anything. There's chili and it's chili and we
No,
got
there's
how
a
many
million
different
different
ways
ways
to
to
do
chili.
Best beer.
We
Brew
talked
your
about
own
that.
beer.
That is so dangerous. The Mr. Beers, the at-home kits, you're going to have people bringing in some like 76% alcohol, turpentine flavoring.
Jalapeno
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah. Oh, no. No, that'll hurt both ends, coming and
Oh,
going.
is that what you're doing? Drinking right out of the bottle?
Yeah.
So I have
need
to
a
ask.
glass. But
All right, well, guys, we have
yeah,
a whole
ask
bottle of
away.
wine that apparently we're drinking right out of.
Jesus,
Let's do
are
this.
you driving me home? Oh,
On my back, let's go.
that's fine. That's fine. It gets me home. I don't care. Hey, hand me
Josh
the
lives
wine.
in Port St. John. That's going to be a long walk for you.
I got it.
So I hear there's quite the story about the night that you two met.
Oh.
And I was told not to ask about it, but I have to ask about it. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want to hear
It's
about
not
it,
the
Sam.
night we met.
Oh, I misunderstood.
It's within the first couple months. Oh,
it's
don't.
a good one.
That's what I told. It's a good story, but I couldn't
All
hear
right,
it
I'm
beforehand.
gonna tell it real quick.
Do it.
All right, now you got me
So
drinking
when we
out of the
first
bottle.
started dating, Sam was here locally in Melbourne. I lived in Orlando. I had a condo out there, and she was actually at my condo visiting, and we were on OfferUp, just looking at random shit. And we saw this really cool pool furniture, and I'm like, hey, it's only $400. We get $1,000 worth of pool furniture and a grill. Let's go buy it.
Pretty good deal.
So she's like,
Nice.
okay, let's go. So we drive, and it's literally probably like 25, 30 minutes from my house. Drive there to pick up this pool furniture. We walk up to this house. It is beautiful. Knock on the door. These people come out. They're so sweet. And Sam goes, babe, I gotta poop. And I was like, so go use their bathroom.
Nope.
And she was like, not doing it.
There's
And
too many of
she
them
was
in
like, get this shit in the truck real fast. And I'm like, okay, Tetris. So we're like picking up all this huge patio furniture and a grill, trying to get in the truck. And I look at
Five-piece
Sam,
patio.
and she's dripping sweat. You could tell she was hurting. I'm like, ooh, girl, you gonna make it? Finally get all the furniture in. We start driving. She's like, where is there a gas station? There ain't shit in sight.
no.
Literally shit.
Oh, no.
And mind you, just started dating, so I'm like, what the fuck? The whole time looking at her in the driver's seat, sweating balls. She starts scoping out bushes.
Oh, this is one of those I got a turtle head poking out kind of
I
story.
asked her to go in the glove box and find me a bag. I was like, is there a fucking bag in the damn glove box? Or some
Scoping
paper towels or
bushes.
something? Because I'm going to shit my pants.
So she's like, can you look in the glove box? And I'm like, yeah. Open the glove box. I'm like, you ain't got nothing in here. She's dying in the truck, and I'm like, oh my God, this girl that I'm just dating is going to shit her pants in this car.
Oh no.
Wow.
This is weird. Hauls ass, finally finds a Panera. I don't even think she put the truck in park before she went in there.
I sure did.
That's
Did you really?
You just throw those underwear
on the
away.
way, like the walk in, it was bad. I just was like, all right, well, I'm glad I at least started here.
Were you walking where you're kind of like lean back and the legs going first? You're like, clenching those butt cheeks together. Hey, you got to.
It was
you got
rough.
Not taking these drawers home.
That's when
It
you
was
muff and
a
stuff those in the
At that
garbage.
point, I didn't wear underwear.
Not taking these
she doesn't
pants
wear
home.
underwear
Actually not
either.
wearing
She
underwear
never
right
wears
now.
underwear.
Neither does Andrea. No, she that's
No, not right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I love it.
We
so
are
weird.
in Florida. It's way too fucking hot for that.
I'm not either. Are you?
I always wear underwear.
What's wrong with you?
Dude, you gotta be hot. Are you wearing underwear?
Usually, I'm hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you wearing underwear?
Not at all.
All right,
Josh
so we're on the
Freeball.
same side of the table. We're good.
I'm wearing underwear. I'm wearing panties.
So is Tach. God, look at that.
Yeah, it's weird. What color?
So,
Black. Like my soul.
No way. Like my soul.
I'm not. Yeah, no. It's too hot.
But yeah, she literally almost shit in a bush when we first started dating.
That is
So-
so.
And now
Did you
we're
actually-
getting married.
So,
I really contemplated like pulling over and going in a bush.
so it was at the Panera. Did you have any like when you were running into that bathroom? Were there any like baristas or whatever at Panera going, "Hi, welcome to"?
Oh yeah, there was 2 of them, and I was like, okay, hi, bye.
Hey, what's that smell? Oh, that
It
sucks.
wasn't bad. It was just like in butt
Instant.
cheeks still. But
It was time. It was time
it was
to go.
there, and I was the second I sat down, I was like, oh my god, I'm a person again.
That's hilarious.
well, it obviously wasn't that big of a deal. So there's that.
Love at first sight. After that, is that basically?
Of course. I mean,
not about
you're
leaving her.
reading our vows, then, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god, how
I need-
exciting is that?
So I've got some stuff written already.
Yeah.
I need to find out what you guys want. Obviously.
2 minutes, short, get it over with. I hate her. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. Hey, I can be as short or as
feel
long
the
as you
same.
want it to be. I can either add jokes or no jokes. I mean, we'll have to we'll talk offline about that, and I need to get what you guys want, what message you want to get out to the people that are there.
Yeah, for sure.
I bet it'll be
That's gonna be
beautiful.
For the listeners that don't know, I was
Bart up there.
I was like
I didn't get an invite, so you know that's cool.
I was brought to like
Just
tears.
come on his shoulders. You count as one.
I was brought to tears by you guys when you asked me that question. I'd never been asked to do anything like that. So for the listeners, Sam and Veronica are getting married here pretty soon, and we knew about this about 6 months ago, and they asked me to do their vows at their wedding, or to do their ceremony procession or whatever. Officiant. Yeah,
I want
thank
to
you.
do the thing. They invited me to do a thing.
You're about to be
So this is going to be
Yes.
your first
in front
one.
of people.
Yes. Yes.
Are you nervous?
No, not at all. I'm not nervous about talking. I'm
There's a
nervous about
100 and,
getting it
like,
right.
40 people there.
Oh no, you'll be fine. We'll make it idiot proof.
No, that piece is okay.
We'll have it on
We'll
the
put it on the
iPad,
iPad.
for you.
Oh, that's even better.
Perfect.
The
The last
couple-
wedding we
yeah.
went to, the officiant literally had these papers, and it was an outside wedding, and he's like trying to read them, and the papers are flying everywhere,
Yes.
and I'm like, bro, you didn't research this? Like, come on. And
You
then
didn't
he
know about
said their
Lynn?
names wrong, and I was like,
Yeah.
Have you guys decided on a last name?
yeah.
Is it a surprise?
Skywalker?
Or
Is it
can we-
Skywalker?
Skywalker.
Somebody is Skywalker.
It's Lords.
Like, we're
Lords,
fantastic.
really?
right?
Lords, which is
That's awesome.
my middle name. So we're gonna move our last name to the middle name, and then my middle name will be our new last name. We're
So
starting
we're
a
gonna be like
whole
the
new
Lords.
thing.
That's
The
interesting.
Lords of O'Galley Downtown Arts District.
Right?
I know it's gonna be crazy, but
I love it.
forget
That's a
about
cool
our
name.
wedding.
As
Let's
there's
talk
a
about
hardcore
crazy shit on
song.
podcasts.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's cool. Our listeners like to hear the sentimental sides of the stories too.
I think they want to talk about the anal
Barely.
beads.
Yeah. Oh, most of our listeners would appreciate the anal beads. So yeah, this.
Oh, I remember the last
yeah.
podcast you guys took. I actually have listened to it several times.
Oh, no,
and
which
how
one?
Wasted the bartenders were.
Oh, for the Salty Fox visit.
Yes.
We still call that.
Jordan.
Tack named it 4 girls and a microphone.
Yeah, 4 girls,
It's
1
like-
mic.
When I
who
try
was
to
there?
describe the
I thought there was
episode-
only 3, right?
When I try to describe the episode, I always say, "Have you ever actually been like in a chicken coop?" Like that's pretty much how it was.
No, we technically
Shut
had
up,
4
you
girls.
had fun.
I did it. I had a blast. I
She
loved
literally
it.
called me after and she's like, I need you to come pick me up. And I'm like, I am not driving that far. You fucked up.
I had to call a friend to get a friend to pick up a car to come and get us with the car.
We would have driven you home.
His favorite thing is to pick drunk drivers up. So
Oh,
he's
Jordan
like,
threw
oh my
up
God,
the whole
come
way
on.
home.
I would have let any one of them sleep in my bed with me. It would have been totally fine.
Well, next time you tell them that, so I don't have to make arrangements and they can just crash in
He
your
just
crib.
did with Marisha. He just tried that.
Oh, Rish.
But she doesn't drink though, so.
It was very
Yeah, no, she's sober, Sally, but
I should have been like, hey, I want to fuck you in the
either.
butt, and she probably would have been okay with it.
That's true. You should have went extra aggressive.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah,
that
she
would have
did
worked for
say
her.
that she.
You have to be aggressive with her.
So that's what you do now to
Fucked up.
recover
See, I told
that.
you I fucked up, Veronica.
What you do now to recover that is you send her a text and just say, "Hey,
don't
bring the
have
anal
her
beads. Come over to
number.
my house now."
There you
That'll
go.
work. That'll work for her.
Yeah. Say I want to fuck you on the roof, but you have to sit on my face, and it'll be good.
That sounds
I'm not-
fantastic.
you got to think about like she'd
do it.
Dirty shit like that.
She'd do it. So you're saying
do it.
if I said it just like that.
So
I'm
you're
fucking
saying
in.
there's a
So you're
chance.
saying there's a chance.
I didn't
Oh.
say that. I'm drinking a whole bottle of wine right now, so it's okay.
That's a great picture.
Out of the
That's
bottle.
awesome. Out of the bottle. You're the fucking owners. You do what you want. Joe House.
It's organic, whatever.
That should be the slogan on the outside.
It's organic or whatever.
We can make that happen.
Well, cool. All right, so
I mean, we can, but I don't want to. Does that cost money?
we
This bitch is bougie. She got an expensive.
I wish you had goddamn earphones.
Me too.
Because it's so
I'll share with you. Come
great.
here.
Okay, cool. Hang on.
Here, come sit on my lap.
so we owe you guys
First
an
time I've ever
event.
seen a man on your lap.
We need to do an event.
Oh, here we go.
So we need.
Flip you flip it around.
Yeah.
Okay, take them off real quick.
Yeah, flipped around.
Let's do this.
Oh, here we go.
Here we
With
go.
these cat earphones.
Oh, look at
There
you two.
you go.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's so.
Oh my
Josh,
god.
you can hold that mic too. You can pull that mic out and hold it.
We're getting close. It's
Maybe.
okay. We split the pool earlier, so it means we're not getting married.
Uh-oh. Here it goes.
That's how you know shit's falling apart. We're
All
just
right.
winging it with our
So, Sam and
wiring.
Veronica, we owe you guys an event. We have to do an event. Our next event is going to be here. We've thrown around several different ideas on what we want to do. We've gone to scavenger hunts. We've gone to just having a good time. And I think that's probably what we're going to do is hire a band and bring our listeners out, maybe give away some prizes. We'll give some door prizes. Like we gathered last time for the Village Idiot event, we had a bunch of door prizes we were able to give away and just make it a party. I think that's what we've settled on our side. So how does that sound to you guys? Just make it a band and a party and a good time.
Realistically, that's all we do ever.
I that is amazing, but
Here we go.
I
Everybody
feel like
has
I have
big
a little
butt.
bit of a better
Okay, here we
idea
go.
for you.
Hell yeah.
She's like the party planner.
Which
Oh.
will save you a little bit of money, and it'll
Okay.
save me a little bit of money. The adult Easter egg hunt. Why don't y'all
Can you-
just come out here and do that?
When it,
That's not a
first
bad
of all,
idea.
let's hear more about
It's
it.
on Easter, and it's an adult Easter egg hunt. We did one last year, and it was insane. It was like sheep.
God, it was wild.
Herds of sheep coming through the door. So this year, we're going to make it spaced out through O'Galley.
Oh, okay. Did they shut down the
So-
streets at all, or is it with streets?
No, they don't.
Our listeners don't do well
I
in
really
open
want to show you
traffic.
this video.
O'Galley,
Like a herd of sheep.
O'Galley is a main traffic road, so it's
Yeah.
very hard and very expensive to shut that down.
Sure, understood.
But we have back streets.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We have other bars that we will involve this year.
Yeah.
And so what we do is it doesn't cost anybody anything. Like you just come and you Easter egg hunt, and we hide thousands and thousands of little plastic eggs. Some have candy in them, some have money in them, some have tickets in them that say box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, and then we have prizes at the bar that you come, and that's the box that you get the prizes
Oh, that's
out of.
awesome.
It's so fun. Like
When is Easter? April.
it's actually on
420.
April Fool's Day
Is it
this
really?
year.
Oh, no, it's April 1st.
April 1st.
Yeah.
420, we have an event this year. Something's
think
going
we
on.
do have
420.
I wonder what that is.
That's,
There is something going on.
Hot pink at
Village
Does that
Idiot.
involve
Time Out
marijuana?
Plus
No,
or something.
no.
Oh, that's right.
The Pink Floyd
That's
show.
the Pink
Pink
Floyd.
Floyd cover show.
Yeah,
Hot
that's
Pink
right.
is performing the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon on 420 at
Yeah, it's April 1st. That's right.
April 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, well that gives us enough time to promote it too. So because we need enough time to get good listener attention on it.
Is that something that we can do something like we did last time? Or you weren't at the last one, were you?
Sam came to the last one, so our listener event up at Village Idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam was
She was there.
Veronica, you came to that, Veronica?
Yeah, we made her talk.
I was the first one that I've.
This is the first time
I
I've
was
been
the
on your
first
guys'
time I went on
thing.
your mic. Remember, I had the little fox mask.
Oh no!
That was a 5K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 5K. We're going to be there as well this year. But no, what he's talking about is our first listener event.
Oh,
where
no.
we're at the pub and we had
Happy
we had a little bit of
I
mic
was there with
time
my
and-
dad. Me and my dad got pretty drunk.
Yeah, yes.
You should see the picture. It's actually really funny. I framed it and I gave it to him.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
That's
For
probably
Christmas.
the best picture me and my dad have of each other, and his eyes are closed.
Yes. No, that's awesome. That's cool.
I
That's very cool
recently
to hear.
told him I was gay. I mean, not that
Yeah.
it's fucking obvious. But
Her father just found out that she's gay when we got engaged.
I mean, realistically, he already knew, but
How was that? How was that experience?
honestly, it was actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, okay, okay, so we got, long story short, engaged, and my stepmom found it on Facebook, and
Sure.
so she obviously told my stepdad, and
not
he,
your dad, not your stepdad. Your stepmom, your dad.
what the fuck ever. I'm like over here drinking a whole bottle of wine, like out of the bottle, so it's fine.
It's getting out of control. She keeps handing it to me.
Yeah, he
That's a problem.
actually takes it every time, so I'm not even mad at it. But anyway, so I came back from when we got engaged, and I was like, well, I wanted to tell him myself, so I told him myself, and he was like, you don't think I knew? I'm like, well, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
So dumb. I literally did not come around her father very often
Well, that's a good
because
thing.
he thought I was her
You don't want to
roommate.
come. You don't want to come around her
That
father.
makes
That's
it
weird.
really awkward.
That's weird. Veronica, she got mad.
I mean, if
Y'all are
You
gross.
said you wanted to talk about sex and stuff. That's what we're doing.
Y'all need.
You guys want to talk about family reunions? We're
Yeah.
talking about sex. So
I mean, that's what it always comes to.
But no, I was
Hi-yo.
literally Sam's roommate until I got a
Sam's,
ring,
yeah.
and now I'm Sam's fiance.
Aww.
Oh,
Gross.
so
anyway,
cute.
so I'm just kidding.
I love it. That's so awesome.
So gross, bitch. Keeps talking shit. I'll cut you up and dip you in peanut butter
Oh
and
my
feed
god,
you to
she
the
knows
dogs.
exactly how she would kill me. Ask her, how would she kill me?
Hey, Veronica, how would you kill Sam?
Cut her up, dip her in peanut butter, and feed her to the dogs.
She has it planned out.
That's crazy. It's kind of. I'm worried for you.
I'm kind of worried for myself.
We're going to break this segment and come back with Jay in just a minute. Jay Alvarez, we're going to give him an opportunity to hop on air. However, before we do you guys have anything you want to plug real quick or give shout-outs to? I mean, you guys really can run the roost. I mean, you're a sponsor, so you have as much time as you want. But
We have a sushi class coming up, which everybody loves sushi.
Yeah,
Hell yes.
I love
What's
sushi.
the date? Can you look that up?
Yeah, I
It's
really. I want that
$25 a person, but you make your own sushi and then you get to eat your own sushi, which is fucking
that's cool.
phenomenal. Yeah.
I feel like I'm more concerned about the
think it's on
brown
the-
bag contest
Oh, I plugged that on the last one, but I'll plug it again. We have Love is Blind.
because that's pretty funny.
Oh yeah. I told you I'm gonna
You
take part in that.
literally wear
I'll take part
a
in that.
brown bag.
I have
over
a better
your
shot
head.
if I do that.
Did
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're a dick.
We have Love
No,
is
I'm not talking about you.
Blind,
I'm talking about in general.
which is
That's good.
speed
It's awesome.
dating with a brown paper bag over your head that you get to decorate on March 3rd.
We're decorating
starting
Tach's.
at 9 p.m.
I mean, you shouldn't have to plug.
We have the
anything.
Salty
Like, this place
Foxes
is
1 year
awesome.
anniversary on March 10th and 11th, starting at 8 o'clock every night. And then on March 24th, we have the sushi class where you get to make your own sushi and eat your own sushi, and it's $25 a person.
hell
It
yes.
Sounds like my Sounds like my level. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
do you
sounds sexual.
do you know at this
Sushi.
point what kind of sushi you're gonna make? Do you know?
I'm gonna make all the sushi.
You're gonna make all the sushi. I want.
sushi?
I want.
What kind of sushi are you gonna make?
I want to make a spicy salmon roll.
Listen, my
I
mom
like
cooked
salmon,
fish
I like
the other
spice.
day in my house, and it
Oh my
was not
God.
I want to make some JB roll
And
and,
it was-
JB nigiri.
good. Really bad.
I'm super excited
I don't wanna
about
have
the
what you
sushi
have.
thing.
You should ask her about how when we walked in the room, it smelled like fish.
Oh.
Yeah, from
Are we not
Fish.
doing phrasing anymore?
All right.
All right.
Are we not? We're not doing it.
No,
Oh,
we're
Matt,
we're
we
letting
should
us
take
too
it.
easy. Too easy, Josh. All right. Sam and Veronica, thank you guys so much for coming on air, and obviously
Yes.
thank you for letting us come down here and record. We love it. We love you guys, and we can't wait to do a whole lot more this year with you. And we've got
yeah,
a lot of
thanks.
things on the horizon,
for sure.
so we want to include
Thank you
guys,
guys
in a lot.
Yeah.
Adam,
Absolutely.
Zach, we love y'all.
Thanks.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back in just a minute with a very special guest and throwback to old school episodes, Mr. Jay Alvarez.
Hell yeah.
We'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah, I'm
that Brooklyn, down in Tribeca, right next to the narrow. Rowdy hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make it anywhere. Yeah, they love me everywhere. I used to come in Harlem. All of my Dominicanos went there on Broadway. Pull me back to that McDonald's, took it to my stash spot. 560 State Street.
Sponsorship with Living Podcariously or the Twisted 10 is not just about contracts or money. We like to form relationships with those who invest in our shows.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. We only like representing companies or products that we can really get behind.
We met Kyle and Bianca from Oak and Iron Photography at an event from another sponsor of ours and immediately bonded with them because, let's face it, they're just awesome people.
Yeah, and if you came out to our Living Podcariously listener event, you may have seen them roaming around, taking some photos for us. They captured so much joy and emotion in those photos that night. It was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Now, Adam, I'm kind of a amateur photographer, so I can appreciate how difficult it really is to capture moments like that.
They shoot events of any kind, weddings, lifestyle photos like maternity, couples, families, you name it. Not only do they capture moments that your grandmama will like, but they also put that Oak and Iron personal style and spin on what would normally be considered traditional photos.
Oh yeah, that Ring of Fire shot from our event was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Their photos not only capture the raw emotions, but when looking at them later, you are transported back to that day they were taken.
You'll see it on their website. They capture, quote, the real moments for the true at heart.
Nice.
Head on over to oakandironphoto.com to check out some of their work. Also, you can click the Contact Us button and get a quote of your own.
Go and check out oakandironphoto.com and let Kyle and Bianca know you heard about them from us.
DJ Gil.
Your skill is extraordinary.
DJ Gil Lugo.
You make me feel so good.
That is DJ on 2 turntables. DJ Gil Lugo.
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Look, if you had...
And welcome back to Living Podcariously. So this is our last segment for the evening.
Man.
And
no Guyry tonight.
We go out. No Guyry. Andrea's not here, so I figured she's the one that manages all those emails and
I thought Jay was going to be able to come on tonight. I guess not. Here we go.
Jay's sitting right. He's in the ears over there, buddy.
What is that noise?
So we have a very special return guest host or former host of our shows, Mr. Jay Alvarez is joining us in studio.
Is he sleeping?
How the fuck did I get here? Did you guys fucking drug me and throw me in the van again? Where the fuck are we?
Hi-oh.
It's been like 3 months, and
I
Jay's
know.
has been in a nap for 3 months.
Andrea, why do you look like Josh?
I've been working out.
What's up, everybody?
It's nice to fucking have you back on our air, man.
Yeah. It's nice to be. It's nice to kind of be back. I'm not at the studio. We're not at the. We're recording remote. That's the only way you can get me to come all the way out.
Because it's halfway. It's halfway between your house and our studio.
Yeah. No, you'll never see me in Merritt Island the fuck again. You tell them old Jay Alvarez ain't never coming back. He done got free.
Nice. So, hey man, tell us how's things going on? How are you in Lorraine, and how's the other podcast going for Pops On?
Yeah,
and
no.
What's going on in that life of Jay Alvarez?
Well, I have my lovely significant other here with me.
Hey girl.
Hey
girl.
Because she loves being singled out in the crowd. Things are going well there. Pops On is doing really well as well. Raul and I, we upgraded our sound equipment finally.
Nice.
With the help of Marcel and some very, very generous donators. Donators? Yes, donators.
Yeah.
Stonators? Yeah. Ooh, Stonators is even better sounding.
Yeah, Stonators would be fantastic. No. We've been living very well off contributions from people like you. So thank you all so very much. Next time we'll dissect Fiddler on the Roof and other PBS musicals that you frequently see airing on that channel. But no, things have been going really well, man. Stand-up's been doing really well. The podcast has been fantastic. We're getting a lot of positive feedback on Pops On. And we're just counting down for Black Panther so we can dissect the living shit out of that one.
Yeah. Dude, I thought about you. I just watched I'm on the very last episode of Altered Carbon.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking good. Shit. That is amazing.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my list. I just finished binging Godless. Oh, that dog caught the rabbit. So unbeknownst to the listeners, there's actually a dog outside of the bar chasing a rabbit, and I think he got him. he's running around victoriously with something dangling from his mouth.
I know Sam and Veronica
Really?
are out there too, chasing the dog.
It's
They're
like
chasing the rabbit.
It's like
They're
a scene from
chasing
it's like a scene from Snatch where they're out coursing hares. Like I'm waiting for Veronica to come back talking about a caravan and Periwinkle Blue boys. Me mash is passion to Periwinkle Blue.
I figured out a really easy way to catch animals like that, especially at night. Any kind of very high, hyper-energetic dog, just laser pointer. It's ridiculous how well it works. Is you can guide them right to where you want them to go, and they will chase that thing. And then guess what? You can have them trapped and ready to, snag them.
It's like distracting a dumb person. Like, oh, look, shiny light. There we go.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Say, Tach, have you tried that? Just like wait outside a bar at like 2:30, just like laser pointer
for the girls that are.
I haven't, but that's a good idea.
Like, check out this car. There's a light in it.
Free chloroform this way.
He has tried that.
Yeah.
Oh man!
I don't think we're allowed to talk about that. How much litigation is pending from that one?
Right.
Damn, we are straight shutting this bar down tonight.
Yeah?
We stayed pretty late. Yeah. Well, granted, it's a Sunday
It is
night,
Sunday.
but
People work.
Brevard County
No
is-
one here, but people work.
Brevard County is weird on a Sunday night.
What I love about the Oak Alley Art District is that it's really nice on Oak Alley Boulevard, and then like 2 blocks away you got the Trap House. So if you need to keep going through the night, you can get meth. Meth is always a 5-minute walk away.
I lost my virginity on Highland up here in those little neighborhood areas.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then
the guy that took my virginity was not on meth, but
no, but he knew where he could score some real quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could just walk 2 blocks down, hang a left. Doesn't matter where you are; those are valid directions.
Yeah. No, this neighborhood's not that bad. We joke around about it a lot. The Oak Alley Arts District is really cool. The Oak Alley Arts Dick is really cool. But Sam and Veronica,
what's up, dude? You're stumbling a lot.
I've been drinking a lot of this wine.
How much
stuff
you been drinking?
Are you guys drinking mimosas? What the fuck is this?
They're
I'm out.
Anal bead wines and champagnes.
Anal bead wines. All right.
No, those are little bursts of.
No, thank you.
Flavors like that one's mango and this one is something else, but it looks like those bath beads.
It depends on what she ate last night. Is that what determines the flavor?
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're weird. I guess so. These little like the balls in the drink. It's tapioca.
That's typically where you want the balls in the drink. It's like an alcoholic boba tea. That's what it looks
That's
like.
100% what it is. I said that earlier, and they're like, "Yeah, it's boba." That's
Okay,
it's
perfect.
just alcoholic boba.
All right,
but it's good. It's tasty.
Go for it.
It's very, very good.
Get it.
So, you still doing stand-up? Still doing your gigs?
Still doing stand-up, yeah. It's been really fun. I've been doing a string. I just finished doing a weekend over at Gregory's Comedy Club. I will be back at Gregory's Valentine's Day week, so this coming Wednesday till Saturday. And then February 22nd, I'm actually doing a cool show at Matt's Casbah in downtown Melbourne.
Rock the Casbah.
I'll be featuring for Patrick Garrity. Patrick,
cool.
Yeah, Patrick Garrity's really cool. He's actually famous for having a car that people autograph. So he drives a Honda CR-V mini like crossover, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just got like autographs all over. Like people will come out to his shows and then sign his car. He's got a Kevin Nealon's autograph on the dashboard inside.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. He loves showing it off too. But that'll be fun. Again, that's February 22nd at Matt's Casbah at downtown Melbourne. That'll
really
be a
cool.
fun show.
I'll tell you what, man. Matt's is a cool place. I've seen some weird nights. There've been a string of Lamborghinis that have just pulled in one night.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get fucking weird. Yeah, no, absolutely.
By the way, Veronica just walked in the bar with the dog on leash, so they succeeded. Success! You caught him, or her, whatever.
Where's
it
the
is.
rabbit?
The rabbit's gone. It's in its belly right now.
The rabbit is currently on exhibit for Darwin's theory of evolution.
Yeah, it's the thing about pit bulls, man. They got that prey drive. They see something small run across, and it's like squirrel, and then run.
Yeah, it's go time when that happens. That's for damn sure.
The best part is that the dog is dragging a leash. So somewhere there's some lost and confused kid looking for his dog, trying to figure out how he's going to explain this.
Of course,
to his
it's like
parents.
11:45 on a Sunday night in O'Galley. I don't think any kid's going to be out there. Is it after midnight yet?
Oh, you know what?
Got
No,
that perfect.
the dog was looking for meth.
Wait,
That's
as
what it was.
fast as that dog was running, it found it.
Yeah, no, he found it in that rabbit.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome. It's so cool to have you sitting back up here. It's nostalgic.
So what's up, Papa Adam?
Yeah, man.
Is he
doing it again?
Yeah, you looking at an August due date?
Yeah, August 10th currently is the due date. Josh's is a few months before that. So
May
you're
9th, yeah.
May 9th. All right, so August, most people don't realize because I'm an August baby, so I also know what that means. It's 9 months after Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Mark Twain had a great quote. There are
Correct.
two important. Yeah, there are two important days in a person's life. It's the day they're born and the day they realize why.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's a Christmas movie. What's 9 months before May? Hold on, we're going back a little bit. Do math.
September?
Months. Hang on a second.
October?
October? It's 4 months.
September, October, somewhere.
September,
in there.
October.
What is the 8th month? August.
August. It was an August movie. Any birthdays in August? You're.
I'm not. I'm June
Me?
25th, but I
No, you. Like, were you,
Oh, me? I'm in October, and my dad's birthday is February 3rd.
when's her birthday? Margaret.
December 29th. End of the year.
June here, and he's February.
For me,
No.
it's our anniversary.
February.
Oh, it's your anniversary?
Yeah,
It's
that's
in
what it
August?
was. That's our.
Oh, so it's an anniversary.
It's a round anniversary.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to give you a baby. There you go.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell her.
Yeah.
One day I'm just be like, by the way, so we were in Savannah.
Yeah. Lorraine actually just found out that she's a birthday present.
Aww.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. When you think back, what was 9 months before my birthday? Oh my God, they're sick.
So Andrea and I figured out the night that we had conceived, theoretically, based on the dates that the gynecologist has told her. The night we did is Andrea and I. So Tach, Andrea, and I went out and did a video promotion shoot for the Playhouse in Cocoa Beach.
Okay.
For their version of Spamalot.
Yeah, I remember
so
that.
we shot that video. And then we went to see that performance like 2 weekends later or 3 weekends later. Well, Andrea and I got a little frisky that night.
Mm-hmm. Just that night.
She might or might not have left some panties somewhere at the theater. And I'm
Nice.
just saying, I won't say where.
Yeah, there's some kid who's traumatized for life. He's walking around with that memory of finding some grown woman's underwear in a booth somewhere in Cocoa Beach Playhouse. Now he lost his damn pit bull in the middle of the night. This kid is just fucking traumatized. You're just messing with this kid's life, man.
That's the night we think we did it, though.
Well done.
Didn't somebody leave their underwear in the theater at the Playhouse after the
Hot Pink
show?
Dude, some
were they Andrea's? Did you see them?
No, well, Andrea didn't wear underwear anymore, but no, they were nice though. We did see the panties in the Hot Pink theater.
Well done.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. Yeah, so after their concert, sure enough, we're doing some wrap up with the band, and somebody's like, they were cleaning the theater. Somebody said, "There's fucking panties on the seat." Somebody had delicately laid a pair of panties on the seat, like when a seat folds back up. Obviously there for an intentive purpose of getting the attention of the band to say, "You guys rock so hard, you rocked my panties off," or something. I mean,
is that like leaving a penny tip on a table when you leave a restaurant? Is that what that is? Like one of those passive aggressive, you did a really good job?
I think it's just that just proves to me that the audience member thinks just a hair less of Hot Pink than Tom Jones. Because Tom Jones' routine was that he would get panties thrown at him. Mm-hmm. Hot Pink got the panties off, but not thrown. So whoever this was that left them, just enough of them to take the panties off, but not enough to throw them.
You have to consider who's at a Tom Jones show versus who's at a Hot Pink show. Those ladies at a Tom Jones show probably have a lot more material to their underwear. There's a little more weight to throw up there. Whereas Hot Pink, you're not going to get a lot of distance with a microthong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The distance is, it depends.
Mm-hmm.
Hi-yo.
Come on, I had to. This is where you guys are supposed to tell
me. I was
me.
to be like, stop it.
Leave the jokes up to Jay.
Leave the jokes to me. I don't come around that often.
Stop it.
Well, cool.
Daddy's back.
We are the last ones left.
Yeah,
there's nobody else.
We closed the bar.
We need to wrap up.
How long has
here
it been since I've closed the bar?
Yeah.
Too long, apparently.
Long time.
Damn, does this mean I get a rag over my face again? Are we going back into the van? Fuck.
Here, smell this.
Don't worry, it's a short drive.
Oh, damn it.
All right, Jay, is there anything else you want to plug or promote or whatever before we head out?
No, guys, come check us out at Pops On. Follow us on Facebook at Pops On. Look us up on Instagram at No Dad Jokes, Twitter at No Dad Jokes with a G. Give us a call. Drop us an
I was doing the same thing.
Hang
I was
on.
like, where's
made
the
you think
G?
about it.
Hang on a second.
Where
is the G?
What do you mean, where's the G? Oh, No Dad Jokes with a Z. I'm sorry.
With the
No Dad Jokes with a Z on Twitter because some asshole got No Dad Jokes with an S and we can't get that fucking thing lifted. He hasn't been on Twitter in like 4 years, but we're still stuck with it. So at No Dad Jokes with a Z at the end on Twitter.
Makes
Perfect.
sense.
Yeah. Also, you can email us. Email us your favorite dad joke at nodadjokes@gmail.com.
I gotta redeem myself. I sent you guys one of the worst jokes ever. But it was appropriate. It was a dad joke.
It's gotten so much worse. Now the trick is to see who can get the worst one. Marcel had one a couple weeks ago. It was fucking abysmal. It was so great.
Nice.
But it's a lot of fun, guys. Come check us out. Come check me out again on Matt's Casbah, downtown Melbourne, or Gregory's Comedy Club in Cocoa Beach. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, you guys ready to get out of here?
Is it time?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's wrap this puppy up. Jay, it was very cool to have you back on the show.
likewise.
Nostalgic as a motherfucker.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, dude, and supporting the show and Salty Fox.
Of course. I love these girls over here.
Well, all right, guys. For our listeners, thank you very much for listening. Please go check out the links, obviously, to all of the shows that we talked about tonight, like Pops On. Go check out some of Dorian's stuff that's in the links in there as well. Awesome dude, great impersonations.
That's what we talk about. Burn It Down a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about Burn It Down a little bit.
I just love the dog. I'm still on that snatch thing. Like, you come in for a drink, you leave with a dog.
Yeah.
You know those gypsies. They like throwing dogs in all their deals.
All right, guys. Thanks very much again. Go check us out at Facebook, facebook.com/livingpodcariously, on Instagram, Twitter, all social medias at Podcarious. Let's do it. Let's get the fuck out of here. Lorraine, it was nice seeing you too, by the way.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hi, boo.
All right. So on behalf of Living Podcariously, I am Adam.
I'm Tach.
Mr. Wilson.
I'm Andrea Joy. Oh, wait, no.
That's perfect.
I'm Jay Alvarez.
Thanks for coming on, Jay. We appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
All right, thanks for this live recording, and we'll see you guys next week. Holler hi, Sam.
Hello.
There we go.
That is
finally on the show.
That's how she hollers, yeah. That was a good holler.
All right, so yeah, Veronica, please go through and tell us exactly what we're looking at on the table, because this stuff looks fantastic.
All right, we're going to go starting over here. This is the ramen noodles on crack.
And what's the crack?
It's crack.
Oh, it's literally.
Oh, perfect.
We tried to get it from Marisha, but she wouldn't tell us.
No, it's crack.
So
You'll have to
good.
get an Uber
That was
afterwards.
a test, Marisha, by the way. It's a test. Good job. You passed.
This is the Jabacon Me Crazy Panini.
Oh,
It's our
okay.
#1 seller. This is one I told you
Nice.
have to eat.
Yes.
Jabacon me. So what's it got in it?
It's got mango habanero jelly with some chicken, some bacon, some cheese.
Oh, God, I'm starving.
Delicious. And then over here we have candied jalapenos. They are fresh cut jalapenos that we de-seed.
Oh,
we
I
boil
love
in
jalapenos.
water and sugar to create a reduction, and it's served with Ritz crackers and cream cheese. Sweet
got
with a
pictures.
little bit of heat.
Go check out the Facebook page too for
Yeah,
pictures of this stuff.
Exactly.
And then what's the last one?
And then next we have buffalo chicken dip, which is buffalo shredded chicken, cream cheese, ranch, more buffalo sauce. It's served with vegetables and chips.
That's awesome.
That sounds pretty vegan.
It's one of my favorites, I'm not gonna lie. This
Sounds
is a
so
new
good.
menu item too, and it's so good.
That sounds so fucking
My
good.
absolute favorite thing that I've ever eaten here was the cucumber boats for sure.
Yeah.
Followed up, well, it's kind of a tie, but it's a different type of meal, is the Funky Monkey, the
I was
dessert.
gonna say the funky monkey.
Yeah, the Funky Monkey is a fantastic dessert.
The Funky Monkey is like first day of your period trying to like function through life. That's
exactly what I thought.
That's what you eat when shit's going down.
Tack can relate, yeah.
For sure, absolutely, absolutely. I'll vouch for that.
Well, cool. All right, so what's the address for Salty Fox?
602 West O'Galley Boulevard, Melbourne, Florida 32935.
So it's in what's called the O'Galley Arts District, or EGAD. EGADS. It's the Salty Fox. You've heard it on some of our commercials. They do a bike crawl once a week to different. Are you guys still doing it?
It kind of died out because it was raining so much. So now our Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays. We do 2 tacos and a Bud Light for $5.
We need to get you guys a new commercial.
Way to go, Adam.
So we should repackage a commercial for you.
Sure, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Do you still do the bottomless mimosas brunch?
Yes.
nice
$10?
plug tag.
Yeah, you can now get bottomless
Thank you.
mimosas with anal beads in them.
What's this now?
What?
What'd you say?
Hang on a
Are you
second.
serious?
Anal beads.
Why? Why?
Gently.
Marisha, please explain.
Josh and Tack, they're gently used anal beads, so it's.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. They are mango flavored tapioca balls, like those things that you get when you're at Froyo.
Oh, like boba.
Yeah,
Boba.
boba.
Boba, that's right.
So we will add that to champagne. Essentially, what it is a Bellini, but it's also bottomless as well. It's so delicious.
Time out.
Yes.
Time out.
Bottomless bellinis.
Yes. For
I am
$15.
100% gonna hand off my man card.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'm all about it.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm all
Listen,
about it.
people, it's 11 to 2. People get so lit here on Sundays. It is amazing.
Got a
I
line
have
of
such a
taxis
good time
outside.
with it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
This food is getting cold, by the way.
Right, yeah, we got
go,
it.
Oh, no, dig in.
All right, so we have another thing too. We have a couple people hanging out with us here. We got Jay Jay Alvarez.
Jay
old
Alvarez.
host.
Yep.
So he came out to hang out and support.
And Lorraine.
And Lorraine, yep, and Lorraine came out. And then we also have one of our listeners, one of our Brent Allen Salon and Spa winners.
Yep.
I forget what he won, but Derek Squeeze. He's out here with his wife.
Derek won a $30 or $50 gift card to Brent Allen. So yeah, he's out here with his wife. And then
But I bring him up because he also came out to try the ramen.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So he also has a bowl of it, and he is waiting on me so that I can try it. And he's gonna come over here and tell us.
It's probably cold now. He's gonna be so mad at y'all.
Josh needs to dig into his.
All right,
Has he tried his?
Here.
No, let's try it.
You want to bring him over to try? You guys try it together?
Okay, I'm going to try something here.
Go dig in.
I've already tried this already, though, and it's fantastic.
All right, so for our listeners, so we take our show on the road occasionally. You've heard us out at Village Idiot Pub before. This week is going to be out here at the Salty Fox. We also recorded our Twisted 10 episode of this here at the Salty Fox. So if you are into both of our podcasts, go check out the Twisted 10 as well. It's a very, very interesting special list just for Josh this week. He's off mic right now. They're going to try. All right, we'll do play-by-play for you guys.
God dang it, I love seeing you eat.
So I'm
Josh,
trying to cut this up.
We'll do play-by-play for you guys while you're sampling your ramen noodles on crack, and let's see.
I already have mine. That's okay. No, it's fine.
You already had yours?
So I called Derek over, and Derek did not wait for me. So
What a dick.
we took too long.
Yeah, you're right. We did take too long. But so, Candid, what did you think of the crack ramen?
Probably the best ramen noodles I've ever tasted.
Nice.
I've made ramen noodles 100 times and never got that flavor from a bowl of noodles.
So
Nice.
if you had to take a guess, what is the crack in the ramen on crack?
Lots of intense flavors. Maybe some garlic, like egg, maybe some, like a little soy sauce. I don't know.
It's actual crack.
It's crack.
Yeah,
It is
it's
actual crack cocaine, yeah.
Surprise.
Well, cool. So
We have a
thanks
new
for coming
hobby
out,
now.
Derek.
Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow for some
Yeah,
more
Derek,
crack.
thank you so much, by the way, for coming out. That's awesome for you to show up, support our sponsors, obviously, and support our show. I wish we had a T-shirt I could sell you. We don't have those yet, though. We're still getting them.
But that's a dope ass shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Derek did buy a Salty Fox shirt while he was here.
He did.
So just saying.
Nice.
I gotta rep the ramen noodles on crack. It says it on the back.
Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. Yeah, thanks again, Derek. Thanks for coming out. Again, supporting everybody.
By the way, in this show, you're also going to hear from Dorian Gayle. He's a local stand-up comedian in Brevard County. He's going to come on and do some of maybe a little bit of just conversations and maybe a little bit of his bit with us in a few minutes. But all right, so we got this. I absolutely want to hear stories. Josh, why don't you start tearing into some of your food, buddy?
All right, I'm gonna do this.
I just tried the
Eat the food.
You're baking me
It's
crazy?
getting cold.
You're making me crazy.
Hey, people. First of all, I just want to say shouts out to Living Podcariously. You are watching Living Podcariously. This is Kevin Hart, a.k.a. Dorian Gayle, doing Kevin Hart. Because Eagles, we won. 1, 2, 3, Eagles! We fly high!
You're listening to Living Podcariously, bringing you real men's perspectives, unfiltered, unapologetic, and uncensored. Recorded live in the Living Podcariously studio in world-famous Cocoa Beach, Florida.
And welcome to another episode of Living Podcariously. Oh yeah. Oh, we got to pose for pictures real quick.
Oh, we'll pose for pictures.
So while we're posing for this picture, we are recording live down at the Salty Fox down in Melbourne. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Salty Fox. Yeah.
Yes, so we're recording live. So occasionally we take our podcast on the road to our sponsors' places. What did I? That's the right name of the restaurant. What did I say?
No, I said salty box.
It's Sour Kitten, actually.
Tack, it's going to be one of those nights, I
I
think.
know. What was that? 4 girls, 1 mic? We had that last time. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that was the one when Chi-Chi and Jordan came on the show
Yeah.
with Veronica. Yeah, that was nuts. All right, so anyway, we were recording live at the Salty Fox tonight. We already recorded an episode of the Twisted 10, so now we're on to Living Podcariously. Before we get too much into the show, Veronica just brought us an unbelievable spread of food to include something that Josh has been waiting to try for months and months and months. So, Veronica, can you lead us through what exactly we've got out here? By the way, Veronica is one of the owners. She's here with Sam, as well as one of the bartenders. But
I said we should go around. We should do introductions, Adam.
Yes,
the food will be all right.
There's food in front of me. I got excited. All right, so I'm Adam. I'm one of your main hosts of the show. Sitting on my left tonight,
Tach, and Andrea Joy is not here tonight.
No, she's off. She's look, baby's got her feeling a little nauseous, and a little tired. She's having some hard times. Sitting over there on the other side of the table,
Mr. Wilson. What up, everybody?
Mr. Wilson. And we are surrounded by a myriad of beautiful women. Yes. So let's go through and introduce who our guests are on the show tonight.
My name is Marisha. I am one of the bartenders here.
Hi, Marisha.
Tach, calm down, buddy.
Okay, all right. And Veronica and Sam are here too. Whatever. Moving on. No.
And Veronica, one of the owners, she's in giggles right now
because he wants to.
What, he wants to spit on the floor? I don't understand. What?
Stop it.
Tach says keep going.
Real red.
I know. It's all good. That's all good because
it's all good because food.
Let's talk about the food, Veronica.
And Sam's over here too.
Adam, you gotta try it.
I will.
Yeah.
What I want to do. I want to eat while I want to hear a story from Marisha.
Marisha has a story.
Apparently. Oh, what's that?
What is this?
Those are the anal beads.
Those are anal beads.
What?
Just for you.
Let's get a picture. Let me get a picture here. Put your drink down or something.
Tach is taking a picture of us doing our
make it look nice.
drinks with anal beads. Yeah, the show is kind of off the rails tonight, listeners. So, do you want me to wipe off the front of it so it gets rid of the condensation? No. Okay. Try that. Tach, try that. Careful, don't get too drunk. Marisha, he's a lightweight, so he's a cheap date.
That's okay. I don't drink at all. So
I don't
drink at all.
I'm just a really good salesman.
I don't. Nice. I haven't been drunk in probably 6 years, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't care about drinking.
But he's been high.
It's not.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm recently an avid weed smoker. I have very, very.
High fives around the house.
Thank you. What my other job besides this one is very physically demanding, and smoking and taking a bath is probably one of my most favorite things to do.
That's the same thing Tach
I
loves
have
to do.
some really hot photos of that. If you want to see them,
I do want to. Yeah,
no, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you.
No, I mean I'm pretty I'm pretty open on my my Instagram as well. So if you feel
so sober, it's insane.
Oh, watch me. Put on.
Watch me now.
Bad girl Riri, and I'll break it down.
Josh got that.
Oh boy.
No shit.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. I know how to get down.
So
super fun.
So Marisha, part of the atmosphere with Living Podcariously is stories that. Oh wait, hang on a minute.
You may have to send it to my phone. I can't really see it here.
Wow, look at those tattoos.
That was my bachelorette party, and she just
her was the bachelorette party, right?
That was me.
Just her.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen to Tach. Turn it back around. Can you see it okay over here, buddy?
No, I can't.
So if you want to see,
I can swipe through. No,
if you want to see these photos, you can go onto Instagram and follow me on grown-ass-ma'am. Grown-ass_ma'am.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's me.
We'll put that in the show notes.
Yes.
Of the episode as well. That's awesome, man. Your back is completely tatted up. That is awesome.
I'm flying out to Nevada next week to get it tattooed more.
I was about to ask you where you get your ink done.
Yeah. Against the grain. But that back piece specifically is out in Nevada.
I'm classy, bitch.
Oh God.
Nice. All right. So so Living Podcariously often has stories that come to the show of dating, of sex, of.
That's where the name of the show comes from.
Yeah, we want our listeners to live vicariously through the stories that they hear on the podcast. So Marisha apparently has some stories.
She wants to raise awareness.
I do. Well, I have a story that kind of goes into.
We're gonna eat while you're telling it. So
yes,
go for it.
Yes, go. So recently, I actually just moved back to Florida. I was born and raised here, but I moved 7 years ago out to California.
What part?
I was living up in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
I was in Reno and Sacramento also. That's
I used to live out there.
Yeah, that's why I have this back piece, is because I was living in Reno, and my buddy Tony Medellin, he is tattooing me. So
nice.
It's worth the fly. Obviously, you saw the tattoo. It's fucking insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So before I left, I had gotten in contact with a buddy of mine who was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna love my brother." And I'm like, "All right, well, I don't care. Like, obviously,
Like setting you up with them?
yeah,
type
like
thing?
setting
Okay.
me up with him. Yeah. Like, I can get along pretty
Like-
well with anyone.
Like as
but-
an example, I could say, "Oh my God, you're gonna love Tach."
Yes.
When Tach enjoys long walks on the beach, but when he walks, there's 2 footprints and a line in the sand. I don't know what makes the line in the sand.
Don't lie to her. She'll find out the truth. She'll find out.
Hey.
All right, sorry,
Yo!
sorry, Marisha. You'll learn
No,
we
you're
interrupt
good.
each other a
No,
lot
that's
on here.
totally fine. That's how it goes. So, and this is about to go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly.
Do it.
Nice.
So
you're on your way to meet this new guy.
Well, no, not yet.
Oh,
he
not yet.
had lived here. He was still living here as I was in Sacramento. So before I moved, him and I just started chit-chatting like, "Oh, I'm going to be there soon. This is awesome." And just started talking about things we like we both love metal and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Calm down. Tach, your erection is showing.
So we were talking about music, and then we got onto the topic of BDSM.
Oh yeah.
Or kink, either one. I go both. Call it both things.
She goes
I go
both
both
ways.
ways.
Too, yeah.
So we got onto that subject, and of course, he claims to be what in the BDSM world is called a daddy. And a daddy holds a lot of weight. Like saying that's what you are, like claiming that's what you are, that's big. So I was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is going to be so much fun. I already have like things in my head that we're going to do when I get home. This is perfect. So, you know, and what I was telling him earlier about, I'm going to incorporate like the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing because of how awful it is and how it sets a terrible example of what BDSM / like the kink world actually is. It's so fairy tale in that movie that it's in psychopath that
Absolutely.
it gives BDSM like the wrong idea. Anyway, So I get home, and again, before anything we had hooked up, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to discuss your likes and your dislikes, because it can get really dangerous.
Absolutely.
And so you want to keep everyone safe and you want to keep everyone happy.
Your lines can get crossed so fast in that.
So quickly, yeah. Like, so in the movie, they sit down and they have a contract, which was actually genius. That was the best part about that movie, is they had a contract. They went over everything, which is called yes, soft nose, or hard nose. Hard nose are like absolutely fucking not, never gonna happen.
Tach gets hard nose all the time. Oh no.
It's true.